You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Hi, I'm good to have you, man.
Yeah, good to be here, boys. Fucking cheers.
Cheers.
Let's awkwardly clang with these mics.
Oh, let's clang, baby.
Clang.
Let's clang.
Clang gang is back.
Rose's back. Magnum's on sale right now at Hello Sport.
Not the point, but you'll watch us enjoy rosé. But it is the point.
It's not the point.
I didn't want to sully Hamish's start to the show with like, "Hey, welcome. Let's cheers for some rosé." That's on.
But he cheersed
That
us.
was my niche.
Well, that's a good point.
He cheersed us.
It was my niche dish, right?
And we
there.
had to cut out the first start of the show because Ham was saying some misogynistic shit, and we just couldn't have it in.
Housing prices, just boring shit.
It wasn't all you were saying, mate.
No,
Yeah, slip of the fucking finger.
in the
We were doing some naughty shit.
Yeah, we were.
And then we've snapped back to rosé time.
How you feeling after the hacker?
Yeah, good.
We gave it a bit of a nudge.
Day. Yeah, playing with you guys has become now like a game.
Oh, he's broken his own glass. You've broken already. You've got a perfectly good table there as well.
You're just gonna
What
have
the
to
fuck?
you're gonna have to finish that now.
Jesus
Yeah, you're gonna have to finish that.
Christ.
Because we're gonna have to get you a new
How
glass.
was my day? Fucking hell! How did that happen? Now it just lightly.
Because you hit the
You smashed it on top of the
fucking
can.
cement.
Jesus, hold it up.
This is a bit awkward now.
No, dude, we're gonna get
I like it,
we're gonna get you a new glass, but you got to finish that one because we're gonna have to transfer glasses.
What was I saying?
He's ignoring
just
us.
playing with.
He's trying to get back to the story. The story is now the broken
There's
glass.
a new glass.
Thank you,
for you,
brother.
mate.
Cheers.
Story's the broken glass. It's not you, fucking. I wish that smashed
Oh,
in
no,
the
don't do
ice
it.
Can I
cube.
give you this? No,
No,
we're
he didn't
good.
spill
And maybe
it.
just get that smashed glass on the ground, Felix, if you could be so kind.
Thank you, mate. That's very kind of you, Sasquatch.
Oh, there's still some glass there. I feel.
Handsome, tall boy, that Felix.
Oh, he's glorious, isn't he?
Get him on. Get him
6
on
foot,
cam.
what? 6'4"?
6'1".
So-
Dude, he's well, no, he's
I must
jealous.
be
I tell you what's
fucking
funny about
7
tall
if he's
people.
6'1".
Tall people are jealous of people taller than them.
Yeah. It's like, guys, you're
That's a
taller than
funny
90% of fucking humans ever. You don't need to be jealous of Barron Trump because he's fucking 9 foot
Well,
or
I
whatever it is.
think if we could look this up in the background, I think it's 5% of men are above 6 foot globally. So if you're 6'4", then you're going all right. But we're looking at Barron Trump, who was obviously on the stage with Trump the other night. And he apparently is 6'9", and Felix, that sent him into a bit of a tease. Like, you're not 6'9".
Full
you fucking-"
tears. Straight away he goes, oh, that's bullshit. That's probably just like Trump rhetoric. And you're like, we can relax on the Trump shit.
Around 15%.
15% of global men
Yeah.
How tall is Barron Trump?
What? 15% of.
are over 6 foot. So that's obviously not you.
No, 5'10". Cool 5'10".
5'10" and a quarter, maybe.
We were saying the correlation between penis size being like, you know.
Well, that's all hand, mate.
if you're the difference between like a 6-inch and 7-inch is like the difference between.
6 and we say
Probably like being a 5'11" and a 6'1". It's like noticeably different, but both are fine. But as soon as you jump to like 6'3", you're pushing into those
Eights and nines.
those eights. You're like,
Well, but I mean, who can
you're
take an
looking
8?
up.
Well, I don't know. What's an 8 in centimeters?
An eight's
It's about
intimidating.
20, I think.
Are we having this?
Did we talk about this the other day?
We do talk about this sort of stuff.
But then girth comes into it, so it's not just
Well, obviously,
length.
no.
So it's 20 centimeters, and Barron Trump's 6'7".
6'7",
Oh.
and growing.
and growing.
How old is he? He wouldn't
So
be
he's
that
taller
old.
than you.
Just accept it, Squatchy, and move
He's
on.
18.
Yeah.
He's only 18.
Yeah. So I think the problem is when you're that tall, you're like, fuck, dude, I've grown all this way just to be beaten by someone.
By Barron Trump.
By Barron Trump. And then he hates fucking Barron Trump for some reason.
I know. I've never really understood why.
Barron's got nothing to do with it.
He's got Barron Trump and Raygun firmly
Right in
in
his
the
sights.
sights.
And Raygun's retired. So
She
hopefully,
has.
yeah, happy now. You've bloody chased Raygun out of the industry.
We're all over the map.
Well,
what I was asking, Hamish, is how was your day last Friday?
It was fucking awesome. It was so fun. I think the best one.
Yeah.
Ritzy course.
How pissed was Sebo by the end of it?
Yeah, I think
But not
it
even
was
by the
probably-
end of it. Sebo was fucked up after like 3 holes.
Yeah, he was dribbling.
He was
We
dribbling,
it was
all right.
it was a gritty performance by us, I think.
What do you
because
mean we
guys-
beat you?
Yeah, I know, but
Pumped
you guys
you.
had a Musham who's a
We were
fucking
handicapped.
Yeah, I know, but
Well,
like,
that's what do you mean? I know.
no, because Musham's a 5, so the
Roddy's an
handicap's only
8.
at 10.
Roddy's an 8.
It's not an equal handicap. He's
Bullshit.
dude. Musham got you every fairway.
You have to say Mushin. We also got every
That's
fairway
what I said.
ourselves.
He's a dear friend.
You just call him Mushum.
Yeah, I do for fun. So we're close.
But, mate, we all fucking contributed to that win. And I think it's a sign of a real loser to try and put it all on Mushin, especially when we're handicapped.
Well, it was noticeable. That's all. I'm just giving you my observation of the day. But it is tight. It is fun. You asked me how it was. So fun being like competitive with you guys. Like there was always one shot in it. Dixie kept sinking those.
Yeah, exactly.
Long putts.
Dixie's a 17.
Holy shit.
Dixie's a 17
he
handicap.
doesn't deserve to be.
He played better than Mush. No
I'm a
disrespect to
17.
Mush.
It wasn't Mush actually, I think by his own
Played
admission
poorly.
would say he didn't play well at all. He drove like shit.
Yeah, he actually didn't hit fairways.
For a bloke that you typically, and I think maybe it was his first hacker, maybe the moment got to him, he was eager to impress. It's a sign of a man that cares. But I think there were times where he probably wish he could reload. He was very rushed on the first tee, even rushed to my eye, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, he was. It was rushed. It was rushed.
It's all tempo golf. I don't know if I'm
I have
giving away trade secrets here.
I unlocked my wedge when my 54.
on the last hole.
Well,
I saw
just
that.
generally. On the last hole, I really unlocked
It was
it.
generous.
But the whole fucking day, basically, I uncorked that bitch. And
Tommy
I don't
Chips
know-
will call him
Tommy Chips, dude. Don't know how.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I won't be able to do it again. But to say that Mushin was why we beat you is just it's distasteful. actually.
Look, it was fun. Because I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. Like, how did you guys find it? You guys,
I loved it.
Got a lot
I
going
loved
on.
it.
I'm just showing up and playing, so it's just perfect.
Oh, we are as well.
I'm
stress
pretty
less
much
for
still
me.
on that as
That's
well.
what we're doing as well. We're not like Sebo, who has like responsibilities, and so then when he gets maggot, it's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Then
side eye
then
here.
it becomes an issue, you know?
Like,
Because
I'm
he's
like-
sitting over there.
Well, 'cause
so
he's
that's
sitting
what-
over there, so we're just trying to.
Yeah.
And then he loses his phone.
And then he loses his phone, and we're having to get over the PA. And like, I haven't seen Seb's phone. Is he fucking? Where's my wallet? He was losing everything, his mind included.
And his mind included, yeah. And his faculties, they went pretty early. You know, when you're talking Greek shit on hole 3, you're fucking...
Got lost in the lift. That was funny. It's
And
like,
the great-
He got lost in the lift. Yeah.
Did you leave when I left, or did you hang around?
No, shortly after you left. Yeah. It was getting fed.
It was
to the
time to go.
lines. Yeah.
It's time to go.
I reluctantly left at like 1 or 12:30, but I was also like, this is probably a good time to go.
Me and Eddie were like, everyone was starting to leave. Like, you left, Seb left, and then we're like, just another tight 20.
Yeah.
Let's lock horns here for the last 20. We were talking
Locked
about
in.
space, Einstein, the speed of light.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff talking out of our asses.
Yeah.
It's
was
basically me
good.
just like smiling and waving.
Shout out to
as
Crouchy
Eddie
again
talks.
for organising the kick-ons. That was
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
I
What'd you
like
do?
a man that's organised, just quietly.
No, I know. He organised it. I think we said this maybe even on Monday. He organised the van back. He organised fucking the kick-ons. But didn't you have? I was saying this on Monday, like just the uncanny ability for my wife or even myself unwittingly to book myself into something on a Saturday when like I really don't. I just need to like do nothing.
Bunker down.
But
Yeah.
didn't you have a family event on?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Don't break it.
I had a that's right, my soul's already broken after that one. It was a tough wake up lunch at Carly's sister's place in Newtown. But once you're up, this is I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, but like, of course you want to stay home, order KFC, you scat, you've regretting a lot of what you said the night before, and you're just like, holy shit. But just lying there with your thoughts is almost your own worst company. And then when you go to this lunch and you're in, good company,
You're distracted.
You're like, fuck, I'm a bit quiet here, but I'm just happily listening to everyone. Oh, I'll have some of the pork. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad
And
point.
you get back in the car, turn the music on, you're doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a way out of it.
Because the alternative is, like you say, to sit there and maybe with your own thoughts and maybe get a
Doom
bit
scroll.
noisy. Doom scroll. You doom scroll to avoid the noisy thoughts. But all anyone's doing, unless you've played a shocker of some note,
Yeah.
which is obviously not what I'm referring to here. There was no shockers play except Sebo. But
His face is so confused. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
no, we're just taking the piss, mate. You
You're
were fine.
fine.
You're
You're
absolutely fine. There was
fuck.
there was a layup there, and I had to take
I
it.
was hoping you would as well. I was like, surely he's getting him. He's
And so, but everyone is laying in bed eating KFC, thinking about no one's thinking about other people. They're only thinking about themselves.
no, exactly.
Just on that with Sebo, it's a funny thing to ask someone after a big night. It's like, just for no reason at all, just picking on him like, oh, how are you feeling? And they're like, what do you mean? You're like, oh, what do I mean? You just leave it? Just leave them with that?
You've got a bit about you. A bit of that about you, just a cheeky cunt.
The taunting.
Well, I wonder whether Sebo's going to leave here tonight with that. He's already had a rough night's sleep, you know what I mean? That's when you really get noise. Yeah, you'd hope he takes it home with him.
That's what mates are for, just to ruin each other's minds.
Days.
Yeah.
But I get you. You get up, have a bit of pork crackling, as you said, bit of small talk. Nothing heals the soul like small talk.
No, small talk's actually hell.
I'm joking, mate.
God,
Fucking hell.
Well, what were we saying? Remember that chat we were saying, like, on those events that, coming up after a big night?
Yeah.
You go, I'd rather take the zany, wild auntie, uncle,
intense person,
in family-in-law or whatever. That's a bit where you just let them talk.
You don't have to say anything.
To a boring couple where you're like, oh, fuck, now I'm being asked all the questions.
Because the boring people as well, when the conversation isn't flowing, it shines a light on the fact of how little I'm prepared to contribute to the conversation. Whereas if you just keep talking, I can sort of go, oh, yeah. Whereas if it then gets quiet and it's like, my brain doesn't have anything inside it. So I can't even think of a question to come back at you with.
And I can't live in silence.
No.
In that company, like in small talk company, to live in silence, to me is a form of torture. That's up there with waterboarding, which I've not experienced, but I've heard.
Oh, well, you probably have if you've been out to go shopping after a big night with your misso at shops you don't want to be at, and you're just like, this is a silent death hell because I'm in public, it's boring as fuck. And I have to wear this mask of I'm okay. I'm not. I don't
want to generalize here. I'm speaking of my own lived experience with my wife, whom I love, whom I've been with for countless years now. So don't shit down my throat here. But I find after a big night where she knows I've had a great time, and I've obviously ripped and teared a little bit too hard, that I get asked like a lot of questions about shit, like where things are up to, like, oh, have you done that thing? Or like, oh, what about the thing? And it's like, I clearly haven't done it and I've clearly forgotten about it and I'm always forgetting shit. But I feel like I get interrogated hard about things where it's like on the day when I least need it.
I get more the interrogation.
I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Is more around what happened, what's the goss, like what happened, and I'm like, I don't really. And with all due respect, I don't really want to sit here and tell you what we spoke about last night because I know it's not going to interest you.
No.
Like, do you want me to actually get into it? Because we spent a great deal of time talking about the distances between galaxies, for example. 2 million light years to the closest one. Like, do you want...
Well, there's no goss there.
But that's not... I know that's not what she wants.
Eyes will roll if she
wants that juiciness. And I'm like, I don't have anything.
There's not really goss, though.
We
don't spend much time gossing.
No.
Our version of goss is putting shit on Sebo for
Sebo
being
had
like
a big night.
But it's not even true, or perhaps
it's not true, but it's just not.
And that's fun. Like that's our fun little thing, or you know, everyone's in that hot
We're sharing
seat.
the goss now. Sebo was fucked up.
It was wild. Yeah.
It was good though. Fuck, they're fun. They do take a couple of days. And then I was a sad boy on Monday.
It was perfect though. What I loved about it is that it was Friday. So I got Saturday recover, Sunday I'm good to go. I was out west buying fucking tables with Elsa, but like I was up to it.
You're constantly out there antiquing and shit, dude.
Always, baby. Ella's been on the lookout for a fucking new table. She sent me a few options that have been far too expensive. I'm like, you just got to keep looking for a bargain here, babe.
Yeah.
Just bargain up, buttercup. We ended up going way out west, got one for fuck all. Great, she loves it. But then I'm on the way out there and I'm having to think man shit, right? Like, is this table going to fit? Have I
on your use?
I'm like, have I gone off early here? So then I'm running numbers, like I'm trying to figure it out in my head. Then you get there, and now it's man time. Got to help this lady carry it out. She was like maybe like Eastern European descent, so a strong woman. She knew what she was doing. And now I got to jimmy up the ratchet. I got to ratchet this thing in. Like you've got to get it right. And I just wouldn't have been able to do that on the Saturday. I just wouldn't have been able to do that.
Complex math.
Just talking about
just like using a ratchet.
Moving shit just reminded me of a story back in the day. Sebo, remember when we were getting those couches, those removalist couches? So we hired a truck, and then we put in the trucks in the back of the removalist van, and then we put one in. And then we go back inside and we're coming back out with the other couch.
2-ton truck,
2-ton truck is rolling at walk pace towards the fucking oncoming traffic, like a T intersection, and we dropped the couch and we run and we did a fucking MacGyver, like one person runs in, one person runs around trying to get to the clutch as it's moving, and then stopped it. What, like a foot shy of the intersection? It was
the
fucked.
Whose job was that?
Oh, it was definitely me driving it. I don't know. Seb is a sensible guy. I am not. We're a yin and a yang.
Well, that was
sense.
and that was in long-haired street area where whatever could go wrong did go wrong. Like you were barely conscious at any point in terms of thinking about what you were doing. But like just to think about if that rolled into oncoming traffic,
Just 2-tonner as well.
Insane.
2-tonner.
You'd be in some hot curry.
In some curry.
But it didn't, and that was street luck as well, because anything that could go wrong did go wrong, but then it also didn't go as wrong as it could have, and you would escape. Like,
it gives me shudders, just some of those fucking...
Must have felt kind of euphoric to stop the truck, though.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you get in there, you jump in, and you just fucking...
Yeah, I think I got to give credit to the old fella who outran us.
Also, he did it.
Well, I got in the passenger side, I think he got in the driver's side, and he beat me to it, and he just leant over and...
See, my entire life, it's been that he saved the day there.
It was actually an old guy.
It was an old guy.
It was an old guy, but yeah, no. The point is,
You left
put us
it
in that
very
situation.
late.
You know, the point isn't the hero. The point is
You did leave it very late to mention the old man saved the day, and you had actually nothing to do with it.
Things can go awry very quick when you're in your young 20s, share living, shopping for something as simple as some couches, and then suddenly you might be on the news.
So you drove all the way out west for this couch, for this table? Is it a dining table?
Southwest dining table, yeah, southwest.
What were you looking for in a table here?
Ella wanted some like Spanish table, so it's like dark wood with wired sort of like funky legs and funky like design and shit. You know, just chick shit.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, guys can love that stuff too, but this is my lived experience.
This is your lived experience.
Yeah, she loves that shit. She got a great deal. We got her down. This lady, she wanted $2,000, got her down to 600. So we were all
Holy
happy.
shit!
Yeah.
The place is red hot. That night that we had after the other.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lovely. Yeah, was it the other hacker mate? No, it was Scope's golf day.
That's right, and that was an awesome day as well.
We like to have fun, don't we, gentlemen?
Well, it was quite rare. Yeah, you know, kids, wives. It's different to the share house time, and then when you do get the place to yourself, and it was the first time we've hung out in Eddie's new place.
Oh yeah,
and the place looked terrific. Shout out to Ella, who probably did a lot of that.
All of it.
And impeccable style.
Yeah, no, very nice.
And I was just blown away, and then you're just having a good time. And then we could have gone to the kick-ons with the NRL stars.
We could have gone to all the leagues kicking on at that cushy, but it was sort of like...
you know what? We're having such a good time.
We're having a great time.
And we'd left on such a great... I think on a really nice moment for all of us.
Yeah.
Mitchy Moses knew us. We knew Mitchy Moses. We're bonding over the whole Lebanese thing. Like, it was great.
And just effortlessly on the way out too, where it wasn't like we come up to him, and he was just
fuck, mate. Like, I couldn't live with myself if I was walking up to rugby league players at a Scope golf day being like, "Oh, g'day, Mitchy Moses. How you going? Did you ever see the Lebanese thing we did for Origin?"
I was avoiding him like the plague, at risk of embarrassing myself. Every time it came this way, I'd go that way.
But it was we'd done
Couldn't
well.
have been nicer.
We'd had a great day. Mitch was a stand-up guy.
Stand up.
Bit
of a larrikin, bit of fucking.
Oh, listen,
like,
mate.
He's
the
fucking,
Lebanese spirit flows through.
I liked the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
I like when we were first there, we were so early for some reason, like hours early.
Oh, he misread
I got
it.
the time wrong.
Yeah.
Daddy got the time wrong.
And then people dribble in, and then
We were there at fucking, like, they were setting up.
Yeah,
It was like quarter to 7.
Like, sorry, no coffee's ready yet because you guys are here before the fucking...
He must have known who we were because he sort of just rolled in, seen us from a phone. He's like, "Well, you boys know where to get the coffee? What are we doing?" He's sort of initiating the chat without like going, "Oh, you're the," you know, because he would have recognised you fellas.
Well, he might have. I honestly don't know. I assume no one recognises us at all.
I guess no ego is what I was saying. He was just a fucking knockabout. They all are.
They're all really good.
And you know, Cherry, who I've given shit to over the years, he's a fucking lovely guy.
He is a sweet man.
As normal as it gets, easy to chat to.
Impressively small. And I mean, when you stand next to the guy and he's won Origins, he's won comps, he's played at the highest level, and I'm like, you fucking go up against some monsters, some of whom were there that day, that very day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot to him size-wise. And because I've always thought with rugby league, I'm like, you've got to be of a certain size to even play.
Like, I imagine if we were to stand next to Nathan Cleary, I'd be like, you're maybe shorter than a front rower, but you still seem pretty fucking big.
There's a bit about him. I think you can tell. Whereas Cherry's not big at all.
Him and Luai, when they went off in Origin, you go, I don't know what's going to happen here. The two of them, like strong guys, and then you stand next to Cherry and you're like, he's just a bit bigger than I am, a bit taller.
Taller, but not like...
But he
like, he's
probably
athletic.
weighs less than you, mate.
Yeah.
He's
I would
athletic.
say.
He's not broad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't like a fucking...
He's not broad at all.
No. But just obviously a
oddly,
phenomenal footballer with great IQ and premiership-winning talent.
And
good,
elite game
good
management.
fella.
And elite game management, speaks well.
Did we mention he's won a comp?
Yeah.
2011.
Gutho actually was
W
way
W.
bigger than I.
Taller.
Taller. Because you see him on TV and you think like, oh, you know, it's not like Micah Sevo running out of her own end. And then it's like,
Yep.
but then you get there and you're like, you're fucking huge.
No, he actually was bigger than I thought.
He's like 6'3".
You know he's leaving
And
you know he's left.
Oh, yeah, God, yeah, mate.
Are you upset about
I check
that?
the news every day. I'm upset for him and got a lot of love for Gutho. And then
Did you get to speak
versing
to
the
him?
Dragons, it'll be like, I'd be happy for him to, I think everyone would be, to being the hero of a club and then just going, we're doing a shake up. It's got to start. You got to cut the head of the snake off. He goes over there and you want the best for him. It's just a shake up. It's
Well, that's
just
a very
total
mature
shake-up.
looking way of looking at it.
It is mature. It's
Yeah.
very mature and cordial.
Yeah, no, he was a nice guy. I had a chat to him. But I am excited about the shake up. Interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I just don't know what to make of it. Do you know
look
your
at the
coach?
spine.
Not to make it back to fucking penis size and shit, but you know your coach. Do you know what his name is? Your new coach?
Has he got a big dong?
It's like from what I've heard, it's one of the biggest to ever play the game of rugby league.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
right. You
fuck
got to
it.
listen up to a big dong fella.
well,
no,
we-
he's
Donk.
that's his nickname. It's actually
Really?
Donk.
Yeah,
'Cause of a
okay,
donkey dick.
okay. So there's a quiet confidence to a guy with a huge donkey
I've
dick.
heard that he could fit over $15 worth of loose change in his foreskin.
Holy fuck, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a jukebox that fits in there
I
as
might
well.
have I might have put a couple of fucking extra. I might have added some dollars to that, but I've heard it. I've heard it's immense.
You also, when you see him photographed in the news article or something, you're like, this guy looks like a bit of a, just like a bit of a boss. Like he looks like it looks like he's going a bit, I don't know how old he is, but he
Mate,
looks
he
fit
used to
for
play.
his age.
He
Like,
played
I
for
ain't
the
aging.
Roosters and the Dragons.
40s?
Maybe the Storm.
Late 40s?
I'd say probably early 40s.
He's 45.
45. There you go.
I've not heard him speak.
Jason Riles.
Yeah, I've seen the interview.
How does he speak?
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, more of a like you were saying, player turned into coach, well aware of that fact, rather than the other way around. Like, oh, I'm an old coach, and I need to teach these young fellas how
He's
to
still,
do
like,
things.
close
He's
enough to
like,
his
all right,
career.
I'm a nice, younger, fit coach. With
He's
big
been on
dong.
the next big thing list for a while of coaches.
Yeah,
He's been there, sitting there, just waiting. He turned down the Dragons for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And has waited for his time.
Well, he's got a good mate. There's good bones in that side. In
We've
the
got
Eels
some-
side, good bones.
We did two awesome recruiting signings from the Bulldogs Cup, and there's Joash Papali'i, who's a zippy motherfucker.
You've told me about Joe Ash before.
And
Is
speaking of denim about
is
him
he
on
of
golf
is he of
day,
Papali'i's stock? In terms of
No,
there's
dude, I
a
don't
few
know.
of them,
There's a
isn't
few.
there?
there's a few running
it's
around.
getting
Is
around.
it
Feels like
related
it's a bit
to
of
any
a common
them?
name.
Must be.
But yeah, it's like Johnson, for a Caucasian. It's just like a lot of them have.
Or a Smith.
Or a Smith. But he's a
That's an assumption, by
zippy
the way.
motherfucker. So there are these young, exciting, like, who are these guys? Isaiah Iongi. He's just behind.
Doesn't Iongi sound like a name for ripping one? Just on the Iongis. You know,
On the
just a couple of
Iongis.
fucking hot ones.
As in like bongs
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something more.
There's something. No. Couple of hot. It just there's Iongi. It just sort of sounds like there's something.
Get the Iongi, not a bad name for a bong.
I was on the Iongis
I
last
don't know
night.
how we got there.
Well, it's just a sound of
But
the name.
it's a hard one for a commentator. I've been thinking to do like scream Isaiah Iongi.
Yeah.
Well, you want to fuck up.
Yeah, but I mean, there's-
Iongi,
you
you know,
just
it's
said that.
Scream it out of the wing and then
It's hard to scream Iongi.
yeah. It's too much. It's up here. But apparently, behind Dylan Edwards the whole time, and he's just like can't get in there because it's Dylan Edwards. So that was a swap for Blaze Talangi. So that's a swap for swap.
Well, it's not at all a swap for swap. And this is why it's
Potentially could be.
Well, no, but it's not. And it's
You're hoping it is.
I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it is.
You're
I'm well
hoping
aware
it
of that.
And this is where it was
I'm
going.
well
I
aware
was
of
like,
that.
this guy's just trying to like explain away the fact they lost Blaze.
I also
yeah, by going, hey, but what about Ayongi? And you go, yeah, sure. Like, but
on public record, I know jack shit.
well, you're in good company.
But exactly. So you just pontificate, don't you?
Yes.
You like to, you like to stroke your the names, see how they feel, how they sound.
yeah.
So Joe Ash is a good signing. And then I think maybe Jaden Brayley coming in for hooker because that's the big one that we lost with.
That was the dumbest
that was the
fucking
biggest
thing.
one, man.
That was so dumb letting bloody Reed Marnie go.
I know. And then
Jaden Brayley's going to the Eels?
Potentially, yeah, from the Knights.
yeah, they're in talks. They want to keep him, but they need to free up the cap space.
Interesting. Yeah, losing Reed Marnie was fucking dumb as dog shit, but
He's been.
Imagine
he was so
Cheese.
good.
Cheese might be on the outer.
well, that's for 2026.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's ACL till fucking mid-years if they couldn't just get him potentially.
Get him mid-seas.
We'll just get him, and you go, all right, we're buying him, but he's fucking injured until this time.
Well, the difference between Braden and Jaden is
Wait, hold on.
is
Braden?
Jaden
Brayley?
Brayley, Jaden and Brendan. Sorry, not
Brandon Smith.
Oh, I was
Is-
like, who
I
the
fucked that
fuck's
up.
Braden?
But these Jalen is more of a
Who?
Jaden. Jaden.
It is
Brayley.
hard, dude. It's actually
Jalen.
Jaden Brayley, Jalen Brady, Jalen Brandon.
Skipping to the essence of the point is he is.
Who is?
Sidestep the
Who
semantics. Is Jaden Brayley is more of a leader, whereas Brandon Smith is more of a I don't know, cheeky boy who everyone loves. I'm not sure. We also might be getting Josh Adokar. That's one cheeky boy. We don't need.
Do you
two.
need too many cheeky boys?
So,
yeah. Would you take? Are
that's
you
what
happy
I
with
would
Josh
say.
Adokar?
Yeah, fucking oath. Because
You'd have to
like
be happy with
a,
Josh
a
Adokar.
bounce back too.
Sure.
He'd be upset about what
Depends how
happened.
much you're paying for him, to be honest. I don't know.
Do you see him labouring in that video?
Yeah, we're trying that.
You should offer him a job.
I should.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Get him a
I think
line.
I think he's just.
Line
fine. I
labour.
wonder if it was a PR stunt. Like
That's
just
what I
getting there and
said.
do it. Yeah.
And that's like me being maybe the weight of the world has made me a cynical asshole. But I respect a PR stunt. I can respect it.
Mate, we're inundated with PR.
That's all
everywhere.
everything is.
It was the election.
It was all PR.
His rallies and PR and fucking say this, say that, sell this, sell that.
I saw a man that just wanted to get back on the shovel. You know, keeps you humble.
Did you
Yeah.
see the
Back
video
to
of the guy
grassroots.
that's reinvented the shovel?
No.
Fuck
Can you
off.
try to look that up, Tobler?
What is this like groundbreaking tech?
Well, I don't know that it actually is, but I saw a video of it online, and it was like a guy that's reinvented the shovel. And when I saw it at work, I was like, "Holy fuck! Has this guy reinvented the fucking shovel?"
I can't wait to see the image of this. Like, what the fuck?
Now,
There are different
I
kinds
don't
of
even
shovels,
know
you
what to think.
Oh, Tobler, it's a two-handled shovel. If that helps.
Two-handed. So it's got
Two-handed?
two broom handles.
If you can find it two. I'm just trying to see if
I think I can understand how it would work.
I
It's for
can't.
lazy people.
have we got
I
a
think.
remote here as well?
It's for lazy people who can't work a shovel, Eddie. You know.
Is that
Sort
coming
of,
up?
huh?
Is this it? Is that coming up on the TV?
No, nothing's coming up.
That's
on
like
screen.
it's like the Birmingham shovel.
It's-
It's probably called the Birmingham.
Well, I don't mind, dude. Look at it. No, that's not it. That's not it.
That looks
That's
like
just a shovel,
If that came to me on Shark Tank, it would be like, get out.
Hold on.
Get the fuck
fuck
out.
out.
Yeah,
I
Felix
don't
just
want
sent
equity.
it through. Well done, Felix. Felix shouldn't send it through on Shane Keith. We're going to have to get Felix a microphone at this rate. Fucking kid's killing it over there. But he is a misogynist. We don't have to say anything fucked up.
We can't be trusted on air. That's the thing. What we're getting at.
We should probably stop connecting him to that. Punters and Dribblers with Melbourne Cup just running yesterday. We are now officially in silly season.
We're in it.
We're in it.
Balls deep in silly season.
We are here and we're in silly season, and that's rosé season, baby.
Rosé season is silly season. Silly season is rosé season. They're the same fucking thing.
As it warms up,
It's hot today, bro.
it's hot.
It's hot today, bro.
It's hot. It's rosé time, motherfuckers. Hello Sport.shop, 6 p.m. The Magnums. They are back. The rosé is the best in class. Impress your misso, impress your man, impress your mum with the best rosé in town. There's a reason why we're still doing it.
Sit on it. You know what? I'll tell a quick story about my mum. My dad had this bowel problem where he had to go to the toilet, had to get it checked. It's all fine. But before he knew it was fine, at a family dinner when Carly was there and everyone, he goes, guys, he's like, had a few drinks. He's like, well, I don't know, guys. I could have bowel cancer. I don't know. And we're all like, whoa, that's a bit hectic. And then Mum goes, guys, I just think this is an important time to also say. And we're like, and then Carly said that she recoiled back and then went into the pantry. She's like, I'm not supposed to be in this conversation.
Because Carl's hates that shit.
Shit. And she goes, in September, I'm going to Kenya. And we're like, where? And what? And sorry, what? She goes, well, I'm traveling and I just thought you should know. I'm off to Kenya. So I will see you.
Just off the back of Ken's bowel cancer scare.
Going to Africa. What a see.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where's the remote? Pause it. Tobler with no sense for the moment. Just fucking... Jesus Christ, Tobler.
I...
Play it again.
Portuguese builder has invented shovel 2.0 with 2 handles. When you work with this shovel, you don't need to bend over, allowing you to stand with your back straight. This video has gained around 20 million views and already viral. Here,
dude,
I talk
it's pretty
about interesting business ideas.
There's utility.
Subscribe.
Bro, you don't have to bend over at all.
There's utility for moving like sand and soft stuff.
Sand, yes,
you wouldn't be able to do the tough stuff.
Oh, no. Listen, you wouldn't be able to dig into the earth.
No.
But there's a lot of that sort of
You
work that
wouldn't
goes
You
on.
wouldn't be able to shift rock, you know.
No, but see, but that's like...
That's good for like mixing cement.
Well,
and
it's
shit.
good for whatever the fuck they're doing
I
there.
don't think they'd be flying off the shelf, to be honest.
Doesn't matter, but what you'd be able to do there, because what it looked like...
What would you be able to do?
Well, that was a hybrid. So that is a shovel on its own terms. Earth moving, rock moving, heavy shit. But if you've got some fucking labourers and you're just like, we're just moving some sand today, fellas. Here's the attachment in the
You know what the builder would actually say? Get me a better labourer.
Yep.
Fucking get.
But it would
stuck
make
in,
you.
son.
It might make you more efficient because your back's not fucking broken after the end of the day of moving an entire.
I get the
fucking,
sell, but I
doesn't
ain't
sound
buying
like you
it.
do. Yeah, but that's all right. You don't have to. But I'm saying if you're moving a fucking huge, because listen, I can speak from experience being an unskilled labourer moving earth.
And do you think that would have come? Do you
more,
reckon that would have
more
come?
experience than you, brother? I did.
I'm not saying you
I
don't.
did
I'm just
17
saying
years
what
of
I'm
that
saying is that I'm not someone speaking from the outside here of going like I've never moved a ton of earth.
Oh no,
before.
of course not. No.
So
we're not
what I'm
questioning
saying
your
is-
work ethic.
No,
We're
I'm
just
saying after a
questioning
long
utility.
day. No, you
Well, we did caveat it.
after a long day of doing that, bending over, and then standing up, like that would be glorious.
I think what Hamish is saying is there's not a whole lot of utility to it outside of like a very niche.
Right, but don't you think in the same way that like you have a rake, you use a rake sparingly?
You got it in the U.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you have a dedicated double handle shovel, but the same way you have a rake for raking, you have a broom for brooming,
Yep.
you have a shovel for shoveling, and then you have a shovel attachment for when the shoveling can be.
Well, okay, I just want to say something. I just want to unpack something here for a moment. You shovel with a shovel. You shovel shit.
Yeah.
Why don't you broom stuff instead of sweeping it?
You do broom. You broom this.
I think you probably could say you broom it, but I
You
don't
sweep
know,
it.
You sweep it. You
You
sweep
sweep.
it.
Nah.
You rake with a
You
rake.
rake
You
with a
shovel
rake.
with a shovel. You don't broom with a broom.
You whisk
Nah,
with a
dude,
whisk.
You give it a broom. You give it a broom. You haven't broke the
No, you
matrix on
don't.
that one. That's not lingo.
You sweep.
Dissect.
You don't give it a broom.
You give it a broom.
No, you don't.
Oh,
it's-
you don't go, broom that. You go sweep that. You just do. So just
Well, look, I'll give you one on the same vein. Why isn't it a teeth brush? Why is it a toothbrush? Brushing your teeth.
because maybe you're doing a tooth at a time.
No one's doing tooth at a time. Those things are too big. The size of the brush itself, it
Why
covers
is it
multiple
not
times.
a teeth brush?
What broom are you running a soft?
Soft broom at home?
No, a soft toothbrush. I'm running
Yes.
extra soft.
No, I'm running soft.
Part of those hard ones are fuck for your gum.
Dude,
No,
I
they
used
are,
to
they
get
are.
I
They
used to
are.
get fucking mad pain on one of my teeth anytime I'd have like cold shit. And I was like, fucking hell, is there something wrong here? Do I need like a root canal or something? He's like, bro, you're brushing with this hard shit so hard, your gums receding on that specific one. They were like, dude, you need to brush soft as fuck and floss. Because it's like for the things you can't get out soft brushing, that's what flossing's for. Now, not flossing.
But they don't. What I'm saying is, what I'm getting at here, punters and dribblers, is that you'll go into the aisle and it'll say hard, medium, soft. Even the soft one's too hard. You need like extra soft.
No, well, I don't know. My wife gets me soft.
Teeth brush.
Ella uses the kids one. She runs a kitty
She's
one.
running a kitty.
Fuck yeah. Soft as fuck.
Ever had your wisdom teeth out?
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you.
I'm terrified.
You
You know Tom's got to get braces.
fuck off.
No,
Yeah.
they don't. That's
Yes,
what they
you
say.
do.
Well, I'm not doing it.
But you have to get
No,
them.
I don't have to get them.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
If you don't want to be in fucking... If you don't want to lose half your fucking...
I can just get veneers. I'm good to go.
They said if that thing
No,
travels
they
through your
looked at it to see if they were going to, because I've got
He's got to get a thing to... Like, tell them what you're actually going
I'll
to
tell
get.
you.
Fuck,
So there was
you
a
would look
tooth.
so
there's
funny with braces,
Yeah, I know,
dude.
bro. I was like, there's
It's
no way.
worse than braces.
So listen, there was a tooth. There's a tooth that didn't come down, and it's starting to like fucking move through my upper gums like a comet through the night sky. And there was a chance that if unchecked, it was going to run through and just wipe out the roots of all of my front teeth, just killing tooth after tooth. And I'm like, excuse me, sir? It's going to do what? And he was like, you're going to have to get a fucking 3D scan of like your mouth and all this shit to find out whether it will. Now, thankfully it won't. But if it was going to have to, I was like, let's just get in there with some heavy machinery and cut that cunt out and let's get back to work. And he was like, that's actually very fucking intense, that work. And also they'd need to like fucking rip it from the bone in your mouth. Like it was just very intense.
Probably need that double-handed shovel to get that thing.
Yeah, more than that. But so then he was like, what I suggest, and if you could have been in the room and seen my face when this was, because I'm like thinking, well, I'm just like, oh, it's fine, we'll just rip it out and we'll be good to go. When I'm in there, he's like, no, what I would suggest is what we're going to do is we're going to make a small incision in the top of the gum and we're going to attach something to that tooth. And then we're going to
poison it.
And then we're going to put a chain. We're going to put 3 braces in here and a chain, and we're going to pull that tooth into place. And I'm like, doc, dentist, guy,
Do you imagine if he was rocking a chain, bro?
Yeah.
in my mouth, like
Slave tooth. Oh,
dude, but like a
it's
chain,
just slave.
dude, like a chain,
Slave
like when you
tooth.
keep your,
He's just like got a little like,
or like a BDSM
collar.
mouth.
Yeah. That naughty too.
Dress the tooth up in leather. as it
Yeah,
comes
like a
through.
gimp mouth.
Wears gloves.
Oh, bruh. So anyway, when I got the 3D result back, he's like, I'm pretty sure it's not going to fuck up your mouth. So I'm like, well, then we're not doing the chain.
But how long would it have been?
6-8 months.
6 to 8 months
Chain.
of chain.
Chained up.
Wow.
And I'm just like, listen, dude, I'm not doing it. But obviously a large part of it is because of like I do a podcast and I don't have a chain on my mouth. But to be honest,
Yeah.
you get me at any period in my life, podcast or not, I was never going to do a chain. Like this just wasn't going to happen. I'm just not doing it. I'm
you
not doing
take
a chain.
yourself too seriously? Is that?
I'm happy to say that. I don't want braces as an adult.
What
No
about all
disrespect.
the
adult
dribblers
braces,
with,
people?
Dribblers with braces out there.
Well, listen, dude.
Young or old.
I don't think they're doing braces as much
Yeah,
as
they are.
used
Sam
to.
Burgess just got done with a full mouth of braces, and his teeth were fucked up, and that seemed purely cosmetic. Respect, power to you.
I had them, and fuck, they felt good to get off.
But you had them as a kid. That's
Yeah, I
when
don't
people
know. I'm
had
just- no, I'm
braces.
just relating,
I'm like,
yeah.
when you get Jarch had braces as an adult. Sherman.
He had braces and a rat's tail.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
he
Jarch
did.
got adult
Oh,
braces?
Jesus.
Yeah,
he
dude.
did.
Adult braces are
But we weren't
uncouth.
that old.
We were in
weren't
our
30.
20s, cunt.
Yeah, but 35 to 3
Well, that's
kids.
way too old. But braces after you're a teen, I'm just like, nah, sorry. Can you get your fucking Invisalign?
Well, perhaps that
Well,
better than
I
the
think, I don't
35-year-old.
think I think Invisalign you can definitely get, but maybe not for heavy duty Sam Burgess mouth.
Because that mouth needed some.
Because you've
fucking
got to
work.
wear a mouth guard. Maybe the mouth guard doesn't fit teeth
Oh,
that are like
true.
that fucked up. you know?
Yeah. True. I don't
Dude,
know.
fucked up thing getting my wisdom teeth out. You'd fucking hate this.
Could you get another bottle of rosé, please,
You
Felix?
especially would, because he was a very old orthopedist. Is that what they're called?
I think so.
And then
Orthodontist?
Orthodontist, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was old school. He kept saying he was old school. I'm like, yeah, that's comforting. You're old school. That's what I want to hear while my mouth is like chained open. I'm old school. And then he was
no,
at
I don't want to
Edgeworth
hear that,
Station.
bro. I
Yeah.
saw what they used to wear as fucking braces, like the whole things that their headed sit in.
Yeah. Chained open.
Like
then
on Saw.
Yeah, very sore. And he cut it out, didn't go, got the anaesthetic, didn't go under. Fuck, it's a crunch when it comes out. It's a gross crunch, yeah, because you're
You
numb.
were in the chair.
I was in the fucking chair.
Oh, fuck
And
that.
it
I
went
was
like,
knocked
"Yeah,"
out.
and it comes out. Anyway, there's a two-part to this story. He sews it up. He goes, I'm old school. And he cuts off a bit of his own glove and sews it into my gum. And he goes, just pull that out. Just flink. 4 days later. And because he wanted to keep it open enough, the wound enough to like get
Heal.
to heal. He goes, don't have any, food, solid food. Don't eat any carrots for Christ's sake. And just keep that open. I'm like, yeah, what about the fucking glove that you were wearing in my mouth? And so
That's
he left
so
his
gross,
own-
dude. That
was
would
Could you
old
imagine
school.
that you?
Dude,
cunt?
that would fuck
What
me
would you?
up.
Would you say something?
I'd go, huh? What can you do, dude? When he's in there, I'd pull it out probably before.
But the worst bit was when we were getting back in the car. My mum, my dear mum, who called before. We had these frozen peas. We drove down to Sydney to get it done, and then on the way back, when the painkillers are starting to, wear off, I just have this warm packet of peas to comfort my.
Because they'd already
thing.
melted.
Yeah, so I just have like melting peas down my shirt, like wincing and crying on the whole drive back.
Dude, I'm too scared to get. I'm meant to get 4 wisdom teeth out. I've got 2 that have come through.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, like just before we went to fucking Perth for the UFC, they just start to
Play up on you.
They start to play up.
Why don't you get them out?
Because, and this is
You
again,
get knocked out. It's fucking.
No,
piece
no,
of
I'm not
piss.
worried about that. I've spent some time in the old dental chair in my time. It's more that the dentist was like, there is a chance, however minor it might be, that if we fucking hit a nerve, your face just goes numb and it's dead.
Why did they say that about you?
They
Was
said
that-
they
they
can
said
do
that to-
anyone.
Oh, they never fucking said that to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm just like, nah. I'll wear a bit of pain every fucking 6 months. And, like if it was really bad and like we have to do it for some sort of health reason, like sure, but I don't give that much of a fuck about my teeth. Sure, I don't want a chain
So
in
you
my
lose
mouth.
all your.
Dude, no, like it kills your
So
face.
it'd be like Bell's palsy
yeah,
almost.
yeah, yeah. And irreversible.
Irreversible.
Yeah, irreversible.
You could have one of those sick Phantom.
That's a big risk.
That's what I mean.
You could have one of those
that,
really cool Phantom of the Opera kind of things, and you're just
Forever.
like, dude, Burmo's a mad cunt.
Yeah,
He's just
dude,
got
how
this,
sick's
like,
Burmo
wow.
look with a fucking
He's
Phantom of the Opera
he's like
mask?
a villain,
Yeah, nah.
scary
Two-Face.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah, Two-Face.
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
no, you're
But
not.
no, dude.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. That's edge. Fuck that.
Yeah, dentists are scary.
You get
for a
some
reason.
bloke after a big night shaking like a leaf. He's had too many at the pub. Then he's got on the blower. He's a mess. He needs the money, so he's going to do it. He wants that professional. He has some clear eyes and some
Yeah.
Listerine, and he fucking.
It's not that big of a
and
deal,
has a
dude.
scrub, and he gets out there and he's shaking, and he fucks your face.
Listen, Eddie, I don't know whether wisdom teeth is just part of big tooth trying to get me spending my money.
Well, I think it's a big tooth in a decreasing jaw size.
Well, that
I
is
think that's
because
what's
human
happening.
beings aren't chewing hard enough foods, apparently, if you believe someone.
Well, our jaws have got smaller, Tom.
They
There's
have.
no denying that. And that's why you'll notice, Hamish, that the gestation period of a Homo sapien child, 9 months, not long enough. But because we're bipedal now, we stand on 2 feet as opposed to our cousins in the past, the pelvic bone has shrunk, Hamish. So we've got to get the baby out early, otherwise the head won't be able to pass through the pelvic bone.
The birth
That's why
canal.
the birth canal. That's why they come out so basically fucking special. Like
Well,
they can't
useless.
do anything.
No.
Useless.
Whereas a baby giraffe comes out and it's already fucking
was
crip
really-
walking.
What is the
Literally
idea?
thinking
What is the like? What should a gestation period for be a Homo sapien? It's like 18 months or something. It's like fucking. It's
They
supposed
probably
to
need
be
to come
a long
out
time.
walking.
I love how giraffe.
Yeah.
This is like
When do they walk?
A random thing to say, but like
1
giraffes.
to 2 and a half. I don't know, 1 to 2.
Giraffes come out like
I think. I can't
they look
remember.
fucking weird. They have like these long, elongated, fucking like limmy stuff, but just have the most sexy Victoria's Secret eyelashes. Where you're like,
Oh, yeah.
where are these coming from? This
If you were
is
just
divine.
looking at a giraffe's eye, like winking at you, you'd be like, "Oh fuck!"
They're
are
bad,
we on
like,
here?
they're like, yeah. I'm like,
Is this about to happen?
is this about to happen? I go to
What
the zoo
fuck
too
is
much.
giraffe?
Not a bad name for an eyelash company. Giraffe.
Giraffe.
You don't reckon?
Gi-
You reckon that's-
well, it depends how you spell it. You put a little hyphen in
Yeah,
there. Giraffe.
Maybe if it was like a giraffe, or but like giraffe. I can't imagine why I've gone. Oh, I just got me giraffe lashes.
Well, I said it. Well, that's but
Maybe
that's how
he's
the
born
that's
with
how
it.
the
Maybe it's
that's how the Westerners
giraffe.
say, you know, giraffe.
Okay, so yeah, so you think it's sort of like bogan,
Giraffe.
bogan
Well, their
fashion.
skin is sexy too with those patterns. It's like no one else is rocking those sort of. Well, maybe the leopard, but like That's a
What's
rug.
the difference between a leopard and a cheetah? And I think it's just the most difficult thing to get my head around for my entire
Leopards
life.
climb
Leopards-
trees, cheetahs run fast.
Snows.
But they look so similar.
No, cheetahs are a lot skinnier.
Cheetahs are specifically Africa. Leopards are all over the world in the woods.
Okay, and cheetahs fast as fuck?
Cheetahs are the fastest land animal by some distance. They're skinny as fuck, whereas a leopard is like thicker and they do a lot of tree work.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bulkier, stronger, and heavier.
I
So
bet
they'll
you-
drag
like caribou
antelopes
into a
and
tree or
caribou
some
up
shit.
up onto the branches.
Remember the World Wildlife Federation, WWF,
Yep.
came in the newspaper when we were kids? I bet you were one of those people, like myself, who they would give you a piece. To
That
add
was
to
it.
the
That was it.
folder.
That was in the Sunday
Did you have that folder?
Telegraph.
Yeah, the
That's what
Telegraph.
it
Yeah,
Did they
you'd
give you
add to
cards
it
and
and
shit?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
there was
yeah.
like,
Stack it.
yeah.
Did you have it as well? Yeah.
Mate, the
Dude.
Sunday Telegraph used to give some
Well, that was
mad
when
shit.
newspaper was king, and
Oh,
they could afford
king.
to pass on value to the punter and the dribbler. Now it's like
Value.
inserts and shit. You know what
We
I mean?
know
Like,
too much. We know there's too many like little hands on the dime shining it too shiny.
well, also no one's
It's
buying print. But the time you read the news now, I still respect the Men's Women's Weekly, and there are still some great writers in there whose opinion I value. But if it's about news breaking, the news is already broken.
It's kind of like a party where someone cares too much about hosting a party. It's like, dude, just relax. Everyone's gonna have a good time. You don't have to have your P Diddy of parties. It's just like you can have a recluse
should hope
one.
not.
I certainly hope not that. But like you can put too much into squeezing value out of a time where it's like, just get a couple of fellas together and fucking get together. Everyone's going to have a fucking great time. That's how
So
the
you're saying
Daily
don't-
Telegraph
How
used
is
to
that?
be.
Okay, that's how it used to. I was like,
how's
how
it
is this in
related to
any way
newspapers?
related to the
Adding
Sunday
value.
Telegraph?
That's how the world used to be.
But the
That's how
Sunday
world
Telegraph
be.
used to give away a lot of value.
Sunday isn't Sunday
without the
Sunday Telegraph.
TV used to as well. You're like, now it's Netflix. You got to subscribe to this, to
Human
that.
babies are born undeveloped but compared to other primates. Their brains are less than 30% their adult size at birth, compared with around 40% for chimpanzees. In fact, it would take a gestation length of 18 to 21 months instead of 9 months for human brains to be reached that level of development. So I said 18 months, so I was pretty much fucking bang on. Shout out to me.
Shout out to you, dude.
Imagine saying to
18
women,
months?
listen, we're going to double it.
Yeah.
Did you know, like,
That's
interestingly,
fucking hectic.
I was getting, you know, like fun chats with Uber drivers,
Swing me that.
with what they're into and whatnot. Anything to just like, so you don't have to talk about yourself. You're like, oh, what are you into? And they're like, this guy is he was an engineer, and he told me a little secret that engineers, all the secrets to engineering have often been found in nature itself. For instance, like ants, the way they tunnel their thing is almost, in recent years, they looked at that going, this is how we should do waterproof piping under our grounds.
Oh,
so we
really?
adopted, so all the answers are there. Bees with their exact symmetrical octagon shape is the
Yeah.
best way to get the most out of your honey. Don't know how applicable that is for anyone.
To get the most out of your honey.
Well, because you can, if it was circles, right, you got wasted space in the middle. Wasted
Yes.
space. Squares, you just block yourself out to a square, but this one gets you
I'm
to go
confused
into
by
it, pattern your way into a branch corner of the hive.
Right.
So it's
they-
a perfect symmetry.
you
How
use
did they know that?
Yeah,
How did
yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah.
How did they know?
trial
So-
and error.
I wish I had a few more, but he was just he was dribbling about engineers finding so much of the secrets in already established patterns in nature
Yes.
itself, in the animal kingdom. It's crazy. Maybe look that up, Tobbs, if you can find some.
So I would argue that probably that the bee didn't discover the bee discovered
Was
the
by
efficiency
necessity.
Well, it just
as opposed to just knowing it.
No, it
intrinsically.
happened. Well, no,
Happened
but
by
it
necessity.
happened across it. But but also the reality is though that like sometimes what these animals are doing is encoded into they aren't consciously doing what they're doing.
I killed. So there was ants in the house today, right? Because when we leave the house, sometimes we'll give Tonka a Kong, or we'll give him we'll scatter food around the house. He loves it. He goes on a little adventure looking for little bits of fucking.
Oh, you'll give them a
kibble.
little treasure hunt.
Yeah, treasure hunt.
That's cute.
And he'd forgotten a piece. He hadn't found one. Very unlike the Tonk, one of the great noses. And I fucking went down and those little tiny ants, those little ones, the fucking miniature ones, they were just getting into this bit of kibble. And so I fucking cleaned it up and I killed them all. And then there was a few more and I was just killing them one by one. I don't know why. Just like I don't like ants in the house.
It's okay to be killing ants every once in a while. I know they're sentient beings,
but I don't like ants in the house. I never have. Sorry. Shoot me. And I just noticed one was like going up to his buds and checking on him and like going to the next. And I'm like, is he like, holy fuck, something horrific has happened? Or is it just par for the course? When
I see them frantically running around after
you know what I mean?
killing
Is it like, does he go back and go, a giant got us? Like we didn't see him.
They
we
run
just
around
saw it
like
too
there's
late.
some shit going on.
It's often sleeping, but we've made a mistake. He's onto us now.
Yeah.
And he's
we
fucking
fucked up.
gunning for
we
us.
fucked up. Like we ate for too long.
But they'd talk to each other for sure. For sure. What I want to know is in the bee colony, how just a select few get, instead of their job is going out building those hexagons, octagons, or, pollinating, some of them just get to fuck the queen all day long. Just a select few.
Is that right?
My job
so
is
there's
to
queen
just
fuckers?
wasp up and just queen fuck
Is
all
there
day.
queen fuckers?
Yeah. But how do they select that? Is that just some like... good genetics. He doesn't have to necessarily be on the double-handed shovel. This guy's got a bit of a Jason Riles about him, and he can work the.
Well, I
queen
mean, if
over.
you want to get like I don't even know if this is applicable to 1984 George Orwell, but like you're born and this is what you do. You know what I mean? Like
You're born for it.
You're born. So some people are born just to shovel, and that's all you do your whole life. Some are born to fuck the queen.
Which is a big responsibility. You don't want to get cock shy. You gotta get up every day and do your job.
I wonder if there's any bees that lose that responsibility.
Yeah, like you're out to.
They were born to shoot loads into the queen, but they just couldn't get it done.
You're worthless. You're nothing anymore. You're not.
And has a worker bee or a battle bee
Leveled up to be
to fuck the queen.
Well,
like a great warrior who's taken a heap of W's.
I see a new Disney flick coming through. Yeah.
So the queen fuckers are
Apparently
the
there's a
top of the
select few.
pops. There's
Well,
only
I don't
a few.
It's
know.
not just anyone gets to fuck the queen.
No,
Tom.
that's fair.
I would,
yeah.
There's a
I would
select
imagine
few.
that they're probably fairly revered.
And do the queen kill them after they do it, or is it like, is this your
Well,
job?
hang on. Let's not be. We've just left the queen out of the equation. Maybe the
she's
queen
queen.
selects. This isn't like
Well, does she? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know
maybe
how it works.
I would imagine.
I think she
would.
gives
Or does
birth
she-
to them and they're marked.
Okay, is this what you're talking about? Scientists are using mosquitoes' sneaky biting ability to make needles less painful for humans. Researchers, engineers at Kansai University in Japan took cues from the mosquito needle-like mouth, called its proboscis, to design a minimally invasive three-pronged needle. The needle also vibrates slightly at about
Fucking-
15 hertz, mimicking a real bite.
That's
Eases
amazing.
the needle into the skin, lessening pain.
That's amazing. Go to number 2. Scroll down.
So that's what you're talking about.
Just it's endless.
Yeah,
it's
there's
endless.
a couple of facts.
So go, how did they think about this?
They didn't think about it.
Exactly. That's my point.
Well, no, that was. Well, you
No.
asked the
How
question.
did we just copied nature? Is what I'm
Yes.
saying.
No. Yeah. That's. Yeah.
And so when the queen bee, how they reproduce, she'll mate with like a couple of different male bees.
Yeah,
I
girl.
can't figure out how she decides which ones, but then she'll store all the sperm inside her body and then selectively release the sperm for remaining 2 to 7 years of her life.
How can
Stores.
a sperm live for that long?
It's honey. It's pickled in honey.
Well, you know
I
that
guess.
honey. I still can't wrap my head around this. That honey never goes off.
Yeah. It's also a great pickler.
It's what a product.
So they've found honey in tombs of Egyptian pharaohs,
Get the
and it's
fuck
good to
outta
go.
here.
You can put it on your toast.
It's the
What is it?
only food that never expires.
So it's crystallized. It's
never
become honeycomb?
expires. I'm like,
But then when you
walk
do
me
see
through
honey,
that.
but you know when you
I
see,
don't know.
Walk me through
What
that.
the hell,
but
man?
you know can you find out why it doesn't go off? But when you see sometimes honey that gets that crystallized shit when it's been left for ages, like what is that? Because sometimes you see that and you go, this doesn't seem
just
like.
pure sugar.
This
just
doesn't
off
seem
the
like
edge.
it's very
just,
good.
No, it's.
But dude, I saw a video the
So
other day where they were
because
like,
it has a low water content and high acidity, it's not a good place for bacteria to thrive.
okay.
So it just won't grow there.
I saw someone saying like
antibacterial.
you can pickle fucking food in honey. I didn't realize that. Like ginger and shit. They were like ginger and garlic and honey. That was what it was. Put garlic, cloves of garlic in like a thing of honey and just leave it there. And then when someone in your family's getting sick, just get them to come and house a couple of cloves. And they're like, that's old school bush tucker. And I don't mean Aborigines necessarily, but like like a way to sort of.
But in a sense, I know what you mean.
Bush tucker in that sense.
Yeah.
Bush tucker is a colloquial term for
Well, I
bush
think
tuckaroos.
Bush tuckeroos.
Well, anyone
I think
who's
bush-
fucking into bush
I've,
tucker.
yeah, but I
I've
think
always
it's a-
thought of bush tucker as more like a
indigenous
term
thing.
associated with indigenous food.
Oh, fair.
That they ate off the land, like witchetty grubs and shit.
Well, tomato.
You ever had a witchetty grub?
You're into bush food.
Mate, I
It's
don't know if
fucking
I've had a
awesome.
witchetty grub or not. I don't think so. But I've seen people eat them.
We used to have it on NAIDOC Day, damper witchetty grubs.
They're not that bad, eh?
Nah.
What? You eat witchetty grubs?
Yeah.
You
Well, dude,
Scots
think about it. You know what I thought about the
Not
other day that
Scots,
fucked
this is
me
in
up?
Dubbo.
Okay.
I was thinking
Well,
about,
like
Well,
NAIDOC
what
Day in
about-
Dubbo is a big thing. At Scots, I don't think
Eating
was
witchetty
even
grubs
built.
is a big
No, we
thing
never
in
did it.
Dubbo.
No.
But I'm more talking
On
about.
NAIDOC Day.
What the fuck?
Oh no,
Yeah.
he doesn't. He has no idea what NAIDOC.
Oh, you
Day
don't know
is.
what NAIDOC Day
No.
is?
That's why he's like, what the fuck?
Is that you? Okay, so NAIDOC Day is like basically like an indigenous.
What's the acronym for it?
You learn about it in indigenous culture,
Nation-
right?
Forgive me.
National Aborigines and Islanders Day.
Yeah, National Aboriginal and Islanders.
So in
Day.
Dubbo, for example, it's
My
like
brothers, I'm sorry about that. Not letting that one slip.
so there'll be like elders come in, or there'll be like the people from like certain fucking tribes come in and shit, and they'll do like ceremonial dance. They'll put on like ceremonial
cultural
dress,
day.
Sounds
cultural
mad,
shit.
sounds mad,
You eat
sounds mad.
damper. They throw fucking boomerangs, and sometimes you'd eat witchetty grubs.
Carly's dad went up to Arnhem Land just.
I would love to go. To
No,
Arnhem
he
Land.
just volunteered. So through his work,
Shout out to Steve. by the way.
I'm not going to say where he works, just too much detail, or whatever. But he's an electrician
probably
working
don't
for,
need to.
and then but he selected to volunteer because they're after volunteers, and he went up there just to help put on the festival up there and just be a part of it. And it's like it's not me volunteering. It's like this is just an experience that I get to go on and just put up some tents and then enjoy all the dances
What about
and culture, and holy shit, I'd eat some witchetty grubs
Dude,
for
what
sure.
our friend of the show,
among
Charlie
whatever else is
Bly,
going on.
who is like a doctor in Arnhem Land, like
Oh, yeah.
deep in fucking Arnhem Land. And so he's out there doing like with his family, and he's a doctor out there and looking after like people in the
Tough to
community.
get GPs out in the
Do you know what I mean?
bush,
It's tough.
man, yeah.
But like you see these photos of his like, oh, just the weekend, and they're doing something. You're like, I just could not imagine how fucking sick it would be to get out there.
Oh fuck yeah!
Arnhem Land is slept on in the most extreme way in Australia. Like it's not something that you see promoted as like a tourist destination. Maybe they don't want
Not
it to
enough.
But it's good. It's like a
Well,
bar. It's
maybe
like
not,
it's
yeah.
like a bar that it becomes too popular. We don't.
Well, but
want it
like
to-
maybe they don't
it's-
want cunts out there, which I also can respect. But I'm just like, it is.
But everyone that does Australia, like you've done it, or like
did
you've done parts
a
of it, like
road-
Northern Territory
road
and shit.
trip around
Everyone
Australia.
froths it.
Yeah,
It-
I would love to do. I've done some of it. I've done some. But
One of the funnest things I tell labourers all the time, like if I'm like just getting in the car and I'm driving to work, I'm doing a bit of a save mission, and I'm chatting to this French bloke, Pierre, who's he's like,
he the one
man,
that was trying to
Australia's
fuck you?"
expensive. Oh, well, I should be so lucky because they're so hot, and then we're driving and he's just like, yeah, man, it's awesome on this working holiday visa because but you got like Sydney's expensive and it's $10 schooners and it's awesome
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
The weather is no joke, but it's hard. So I'm like, get in a fucking car and see the bush. And he's like, I want to do that. I should do it. And when you do it, it's the simple pleasures of like, we had 6 swags tied to the top of a Nissan Patrol. And we just it was a month-long trip up through Moree, middle of Queensland, up to Darwin, and then down through Uluru, Ayers Rock, Devil's Marbles, and then Simpson Desert back in 5 weeks in the car, 5 blokes. And we saw all our jackaroos who that was part of the trip to go see how.
Oh, like
how they're
mates of
doing.
yours that were doing
I'll tell
it.
you, Catherine, fuck, that's a pretty hectic place.
can you get a photo of Catherine up?
Yeah, well, look, it's got troubles. Let's not focus on Catherine, but it was just a bit like, holy shit, there's troubles out
Okay,
here.
I
Part
was
of the
interested to see
journey.
what it looks like.
But like good during the light of day, and then at night,
Gets
it
etched.
just gets hectic. But
Don't worry about it.
just so many things of like you'd pull over on the side of the road, just talking simple pleasures. Fuck it, you want to camp here? And we always you got to have a captain. Sure as shit wasn't me.
Charlie.
Charlie Bly,
Of course it was
who's the
Charlie.
Arnhem
He's
Land
always
doctor.
captain.
who grew into become that.
But he's like best in class, isn't he?
The best in class.
Oh,
The
all
best
those
in class.
trips, all those snowy river trips. Anyway, he's the I'm saying like Johnny. Oh, the trips, the best trips.
We had the best trips.
He's the best. He's the best doctor.
No, but he was.
And then
He is.
it was one of the fun things that we would do continually through the outback, through the bush, was just climb up these rocks and then you'd jump high into these blue, fucking beautiful turquoisey blue waters or like green emerald waters. And then sometimes there'd be the sign there saying saltwater crocs are known to swim undetected through here. Swim at your own risk.
Would you jump in?
And it was part of the thrill where fucking
What?
year out of school and you
What?
jump in and you go bang, get the fuck out of there.
You've got to be kidding
I know, and
me.
that's
do
why
it.
when you
We
like
all
when
do
you
it.
hear about people
Get
get
out
taken
there,
by a
see
croc.
Australia, jump off cliffs, do.
I thought that
damn
was like the
thing. All you
biggest
travellers,
no-no
get
ever.
out there.
It is a no-no, and that's what you're
Fucking
speaking
get out of
to
Sydney.
the sort of people who go missing. And you go, what fucking absolute dumb cunt does that? And you're like, oh, hame.
But
No
if- 'cause
disrespect.
no disrespect taken. You guys, I feel sorry for you guys. You didn't have that experience. It was
I don't
awesome.
need that. in
I
my
don't
life.
need to swim in a fucking billabong with crocs in it. I don't need that.
That's the worst way to go.
Seriously?
A croc spinning
Did
you around
you-
the water to death.
It's about feeling alive. And
No,
there's-
thanks.
But just before feeling
can
dead.
just-
I don't need to be crocodile rolled to feel alive.
This isn't a sweater fits all. It's just like I was wearing this sweater and we all thought it was a nicely knitted sweater. It was great. But other times there was like the simple pleasure of being out, the smell of bushfire smoke or your
Yeah,
own
yeah.
campfire.
I love all
Just
that
caught
shit.
your
It's
own
a great
fish.
smell. It doesn't smell good on clothing after the fact, but in it, it
I
smells
can't
great.
smell.
No, it
but
smells great
Oh,
all
you
the
can't
time.
smell it. It gets sucked to everything.
And then the stars, and we'd have
That I like.
and we'd go to the petrol station and buy each other all these gifts that we would reveal on the night.
Pornos?
You're into your naughties. You're just
Pornos?
having fun, huh?
Pornos.
No, like stupid toys and shit. Like I got you a yo-yo, yeah, and you're just like fucking just having fun.
Oh, so no
music
pornos.
up.
No,
just
I get
talking
that.
shit.
Dude, boys trips are
I'm
like
talking-
trips generally, but boys trips with the boys.
That's a boy trip.
Well, no, but boys trips with the boys are fucking
The best.
as pure as a trip can get.
Pure as a driven star.
I haven't been on a boys trip for a while, I don't think.
Look, I also
We
like
went to
going.
the UFC recently.
Yeah, that was a boys trip, but I mean,
There was a lot of boys there.
Well, you and
In
I
fact,
go on-
there was only boys.
You and I go on
uh,
heaps of boys trips, but I'm all and Vegas. But I mean,
Bracey
like
was there. Fucking Carter
Carter,
was there.
yeah, okay. I think I'm maybe
Judge.
like more the cut, like a bit more.
You mean like a camping trip?
Camping,
Yeah, yeah.
golf, like the UFC was great. We worked as well, hard, very hard.
I went on a boys trip recently to Queenstown. Fucking terrific.
That's it. That's more of a boys trip.
Yeah.
You don't go. You're not going for.
We
any
were
other-
working at the UFC.
Yeah,
That's
we were
the
working.
difference. Yeah.
Can I have a question here for you? And this was going. I'm going back to Bush Tucker here. How long? Let's say the electrical grid went down, and there is a limited amount of food in fridges, food in grocery stores.
I always said we'd
Hey,
eat
it's all
you
canned
first.
shit.
No. But that's yeah. But I'm saying when it goes to
That was a
shit.
joke.
No, I know. Well, of course you wouldn't eat me, dude. I'm too. Actually,
No,
no.
I
I've got
would-
some
no, we
marbling.
would eat you
Fuck
first.
off,
cook
cunt.
me.
You'd
No,
be
you
first.
would.
We would
No,
eat
you
him
would.
first.
No, you'd
100%.
eat me
First to
We'd
go.
eat
No,
him.
you would. Listen, of course you would. You'd be smart to. I'm fucking
It'd be
marbled
easy to
out the
dupe.
arse.
You just have
Well,
like a
you're
bit of
only-
honey
like,
under
we
a
get-
trap.
we-
and you-
Listen,
You can always eat my dick first ceremonially and be like, well, I'm not
yeah.
hung. I'm still hungry.
Yeah, savor that bit.
Yeah, well,
it's like a
it'll-
lobster tail. Get some butter in there.
Just this is a controversial opinion. Lobster, the most overrated meat all time. But if you
good
were
marketing.
Yabbies are better.
if it all went to shit, and I saw something the other day just about like if the grid went out, we'd all be fucked
In 3 days.
in 3 days. How fucked you would be? Like
Me personally?
like what would you do? Because like there's nowhere to really go catch food. Sure, you go catch fish, but like it's not like you have heaps of rods and you know where to go. And you know the competition for fucking real estate, and I mean like food real estate, would be it'd descend pretty quickly.
So I'll be honest with you. I'll be as honest as I possibly can. I don't know how to hunt. I don't have access to a bow and arrow or a gun.
Neither.
And I don't know how to fish. So I'd be fucked. Properly fucked. fucked.
Yeah, same.
So neighbours
So
become
now
your,
there you go.
But I was thinking about this and I was like, how quickly your perception of just yourself within the world, just like generally, like when everything's normal and good, you're like, yep, that's cool. I can provide for my family. I can fucking buy food if I need to. Like, well, the second the shit hits the fan like that, you go from being just someone who can competently exist in the world to being like, oh, I'm now like completely
brother,
fucked.
this is what we learnt in English, or a lot of it. There was Lord of the Flies. This is about that. Literature discusses this very topic a lot, and it's where you put aside your daily comforts, and then your friendships boil down to, and then who's behind the mask, and who do you eat first, or do you defend? What character comes out of you in the real barren world?
Does it make you think though?
I'd like to think we look after each other and giving massage.
No, we would.
Massage parlor.
No,
we're
we'd kill
all
other
kind
people. We'd kill other people first. Obviously, ultimately.
Well, maybe the fish first, then we move up to people.
No, of course. Kill animals, fucking fish, but then eventually you're going to have to kill
We kill the people, for sure. Yeah. Anyone who's not us.
catch a bird. But I'm more like, do you think there's some value in not being a fucking doomsday prepper freak show, but like learning to hunt?
Hell yeah.
Learning what things you should be eating in the
go,
bush.
but
It really depends. For example, right? Let's just say that
a gun would be nice, but a gun.
Let's say that
petrol.
It'd be satisfying, lever action, bang, roo, or whatever you have to do. Bang,
but again, you live in the fucking city. Now you got to nip off to wherever those kangaroos getting
for
around.
example, right? If you're in the city in Sydney and you go, oh fuck, there's no food, I'm going to go down and fish. It'd be more efficient to wait for someone to fish and then fucking kill them or steal that and then take the fish. So like, if you're gonna hunt in highly congested areas, you're in big trouble because then you're opening up the threat of attack.
Yes,
especially if you catch something. You're not going to be able to just catch a fish and fucking walk through the city with a fish back home. No way. You got to get remote.
Yeah,
and the more remote you get, the harder it is to fucking catch it because there's not much out there. You got roos, of course, but how are you going to catch a roo if you don't have a gun?
Unless you go remote coastal. And again, then you're also just like, there are people that are going to be around that are way more capable than you that'll fucking come up on your campsite.
It'd deteriorate really quick.
There's a term for that. It's called neighbours come knocking. And that's why you want to get further into the bush.
You're better off having the fucking bunker that you can seal with the tin food. That's the go.
But then you have to do that, and that's a big thing.
You're not getting enough. You're not catching enough food to support your whole family, especially you've got 3 kids. You're not catching enough.
No, I know that.
Can't be done.
I like to think of us all in a bunker where this has happened.
But then you got to also prepare the food. You can't eat raw fish.
But it's like our wives are like, no, it's over. Like everyone's survived. There's a civilization up, so I'm like, no. But we're just so obsessed with playing Monopoly with each other.
There's a movie about
around each other all the time.
Staying in it. Well, you mean that was Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Or are you thinking of
when they send him up first and they stay underground, isn't it?
Sebo.
Or This Is the End?
What's the Brendan Fraser movie where he's stuck underground? There you go.
That's it. Blast in the Past. And he goes up and he's like, "What's this new world?" Yeah.
Well, it'd be more like This Is the End, where we're just like spoiling rations on the first day, being idiots.
That was a great movie.
Yeah,
that was a great
probably
movie.
be like that.
Yeah, that's more what exactly.
But to answer your question, mate, outside of like storing canned food, I can't offer a whole lot.
Right, but do you think then is there any and again, I'm here talking shit.
If the world reaches that point,
you're fucked.
Point you're talking about, you've got more to contend with than fucking storing beans, bro.
Sure, of course you do. 100%.
In the sense of like, there are going
to be people who survive that. Is there anything you can do? And I'm not saying it because I think I can, motherfucker. I'd be dead quick.
You go like you're talking about you're entering a world now where you got to kill people.
Well,
like you know what I mean, like that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Like the least of your worries is have you got beans in the cupboards? Like have you got the stones to start killing motherfuckers?
I think
we all do.
This would happen, Eddie. You say you wouldn't have anything to offer. Necessity would drive you to the point of finding out things about yourself. Well, I can tell you this.
Would Eddie stand on the street corner yarning for dollars? Yarning for tins of tuna?
Yarning instead of busking? I'll just give you a yarn.
I got a yarn for you. You ever heard of a fucking little galaxy called Andromeda just outside of fucking... I'll yarn with you. Can I have some tuna, please, sir, before I continue my story?
Oh, you like this, do you, mate? Can of tuna.
Yeah, you'd be fine. You'd be rich. You'd be fucking loaded with fish. People would be tossing you cans of tuna. But when we were at 10 years old at Tudor House, and we were to spend the night on the property by ourselves for the first time.
Cohiba or whatever it was called.
Sebo was there.
They should just fucking let us go.
A few of us were there, and then we didn't know how to. So this is how we caught a yabby.
That's right.
And we got a tin that we just ate out of, and then we, I think we cut a hole with scissors into the tin, got a rope, tied into that, and then we threw out some rotting meat into the tin, and then we slowly drew that into the middle of the thing to draw him into the bank, and then we had the other half of the lid, and you pull it and you see this huge fucking yabby coming onto the bank, scoop him up. And then when we had him, I remember saying, "This is my most proud moment." Everyone's like, "What do we eat?" Da, da, da. And everyone's like, "Oh, I want the head. I want the thing." I'm like, "I want the fucking tail." Like, you can have the tail, and literally,
which ironically is the only bit of where the fucking food is. But that's
his most proud moment. Well, yeah, which is amazing.
I thought it would have been reading Spud.
I was
actually my the birth of my daughter,
Spud,
and then Yabby. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, funnily enough, that you bring up this doomsday shit, Tom. The biggest problem you're going to contend with, and I've thought about this deeply, in Sydney as an example, is getting out of it.
Yes. I've thought about it
Getting out of Sydney would be, I would say, impossible. Because the problem you're going to run into...
Well, I've got a wild track. You're like,
but the problem you're going to run into...
the problem
you're going to run into is... Cunts will start abandoning their cars, which will start just fucking clogging up the road. So you won't be able to get through anyway. Even it's not like a matter of sitting there. It's like cunts will leave their cars.
Petrol, dude? What about petrol? How long does what are the reserves in a petrol station?
Oh, I've run them.
Wouldn't be
petrol
more than
station.
a week.
Do you know what I mean? How quickly do people just go and start?
But they're all fucking. They're all like, I don't know if people would even know how to get a tank going if they were shut off.
Because there'd be there'd be people there trying to siphon
You're better off going out to farms because most farms have got tanks out.
Yeah, but you got to get out of Sydney and you got to have enough petrol to get to that fucking farm.
What I'm saying is, how would you get out of Sydney if the roads are closed? You can't get out, and the traffic's not moving.
The thing is,
how would you get out?
Well, I think you'd still be able to find a way potentially. How? Well, it depends because it's every single road blocked by a car. But
what I'm saying is, like, people would leave their cars most likely.
Potentially, depending on
if you're getting out of Bondi, no, it's not happening.
Well,
it's not happening.
The thing is, it depends why the fucking world has fallen apart as to whether people would leave cars there.
Overnight issue.
Well, you wouldn't leave.
I just don't think you could get out of Bondi. I don't think you could.
Yeah. And maybe you're right, dude. Again, I've thought about it as well. I reckon
if everyone's trying to get out,
I think petrol's one of the biggest dramas.
Yeah, but knowing how to hunt and
but then that's it. When you get to a point where it's like,
oh, it got out of the car, but what are you going to do?
When the world falls apart, the people who know how to fucking live off the land are the ones who are going to survive.
You know who'd be fine? Gus Reynolds. That's who you want to hitch your wagon to.
Those cunts will know how to do it.
Tumut, go teach me how to fish.
I tell you what would be funny is when that
Gus Reynolds would be fine.
When the world falls apart and you go to someone like Jarch and you go, well, all right, now's your time to shine. You're a country guy.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And he'd be shaking in his little boots.
And he's going, yeah, come on, bro, come on.
He'd be better than us, to be fair. But
I don't even know if he would, dude. You know what he'd be good at?
I can crack a whip. Great. Get me dinner. Get me. I don't care how shiny your boots are.
Throw your fucking hunting knife into a lizard for something. Like, what are you doing instead of a fucking tree?
You'd have to set off on foot.
I wish he was here for that.
You'd have
to set off on foot, baby.
And Cuban boots aren't good for...
Mate, fucking you could boot up.
But Cuban boots aren't good for bushwalking.
Oh, well, he's in trouble. But I'm just saying, if the roads are closed, you can't get anywhere, you boot up, baby.
Get rid of throw away the polish, put it that way.
Big time.
But Jarge would be like, I got me guns up at Walker, right. Okay,
well, how are you getting there?
How far, what is that? It was a walk. It's probably 500 Ks, something like that.
Yeah, imagine there's only a couple of bullets you see on those Insta stories. Fa-tang, fa-tang. He's like adding sound effects.
10 days.
It's about 418 Ks.
Yeah, hilliest cunt, though, through the fucking... over the mountains there. So
that's crowfly
shit.
That's
a 10-day walk.
It'd take 91 hours.
I'll tell you how
moving slow. You got family.
How fucked we would be with. I went fishing with Gus Reynolds fly fishing, and let's say you have one of those, we'd all be so fucked even if we had the fishing thing because there's so many times.
You don't know how to mimic a fly on the water. No,
we caught a few fish, right, Eddie? But the thing is, you can tell, and he goes, "This happens a lot." He takes a group out fishing who'd never been fishing before, myself included, fly fishing, and then you lay the thing down. There's a whole technique to it, And every time you go like this, you snag on a little twig. You got to
Yeah,
break it off,
try,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and he goes, "Sorry, Gusso, I've just been snagging." He goes, "It's all good. It's all good." Comes over and ties a knot that looks so intricate, looks like a Rubik's cube. Does his thing. Da da da. Ah, sorry, man. Just been snagged on another rock. We'd be so fucked, all of us.
You'd really need to work out ways to, and I'm using this as an example rather than the thing I'd know how to do, but like what the skill would be in learning how to like create like fish traps and shit like the way the Indigenous people did. I'm thinking Australia specifically.
This
where
is
it's like,
Burmo's lazy brain going, how do
No,
we do
that's
the
not
least
lazy,
effort?
dude. No,
A little
no,
stick
no.
with like a little bit of
Have you
meat.
seen the
have you ever seen the Brewarrina fish traps, dude?
They're pretty fucking
The
intricate.
Indigenous fish traps are fucking insane.
Really? No, yeah.
Insane. And
Wowza.
and you know what they do is they give credit to Indigenous people in a way that colonial fucking explanations of Indigenous people or depictions of Indigenous people don't. Like, it's fucking intelligent shit they were able to do.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't just sort of like, you know, just spearing or like...
Oh,
Dude,
no
there's
doubt.
but there's like writings of
doubt.
like you know, the white man when they came to Australia and
Is
they're
this
like
that book you read? The
I didn't read it, but I listened to it. But well, credit to me for not taking credit. I wasn't
Yeah,
like, yes,
yeah.
I read this book once.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
where he was describing the way this Indigenous man was pulling out fish with almost like a lazy level of ease.
brother, what
Look
about
there,
the?
look at that.
And so these were like tidal. Can you get someone to get someone up that explains exactly how they worked? But so when the bushfires happened, the black, you know, those really fucked up ones that the couple
Yeah.
before COVID,
Yeah.
they burnt back all this bush and revealed all of these fish traps
Oh no way!
that they didn't even know existed at the time.
It was 29. It was like 6 months, 3 months before.
Have you seen the footage? Maybe you could get it up,
COVID.
Tobler,
Yes.
of like mud crab diving, where they sort of know where it is. You know, again, us three would be absolutely fucked walking around the sand dunes, like foaming at the mouth, like just please feed us.
With like 3 fingers left. Like, what
Three
happened? I was
fingers,
trying to dig for mud
yeah.
crabs. in the
Tom's
fucking-
dick's looking pretty tasty.
Are you
like-
talking about blokes that pull them out from the mud?
And he just,
oh,
and-
bro,
but
those
it's
guys
shoulder.
are psychopaths.
It's shoulder deep, like
Yeah.
bang, clang, twisting, turning, huge fucking crab.
They're sick puppies, those guys. Fearless.
Because you're also
Going through
like,
the mangroves, I'm like, fuck.
But that's a fucking man. Imagine coming
That's
home
a
and going
man.
like, I
That's a
know.
man.
like,
That's what I mean.
We're gonna have crab chow.
Look at these
tonight.
hands, bro.
But that's the thing as well. I'm scared of like
soft and buttery,
Dude,
dog.
do you know like the
Butter,
biggest
dude.
hardship we come into in nature is like a fucking bindi, and these guys are walking through like, you know,
And a bindi will put you on your ass.
a bindi will stop you in your tracks. A bindi patch, you got 4,000 in your feet. Fuck that.
Good luck.
Those feet harden the fuck
These
up
cunts are
pretty
running
quick.
through mangroves getting mud crab and shit.
Yeah. It's just cool. Oh god. And then just camping. It'd be nice to eat together. Something we've caught. I don't know. We should do it. We should fucking. Let's go camping. Let's go down. To,
What do you reckon we'd catch?
Let's go down to Nowra. Do a bit of water skiing.
Down an hour?
I don't know. Go
Sure.
anywhere. I think we go to the outback and do a real monster of it. I don't know. Just somewhere where we can actually hunt. Are there any hunters out there who'd love to fucking take you guys on? And I
Show
can
us
tag
how to
along?
show us how to do it. Show us how to do it.
So
But
just
yeah,
quickly, the Brewarrina fish traps are used by like creating walls with the stones to guide fish that are swimming upstream into holding ponds, and then the Aboriginal people would go and catch them with their bare hands or their
holding
spears.
ponds.
Big shout out to our friends at Four Pines for stocking the booze at the golf day.
terrific, incredible.
Beers for
Magnificent.
days, Japanese lagers. They even put a team in that, by the look of that scoreboard, did very well. But the day itself would not have been what it was, our golf day last Friday, without our friends at Four Pines. And the Japanese lagers, which, Edward, were a hit.
They were a hit. There's no denying it. Everyone that was sucking on them, which is everyone, said they loved them.
Yeah. And those that hadn't had them yet, just, you know, suckling at the dick of Four Pines.
Listen, punters and dribblers, go down to your local, pick up a case of Japanese lager from our good friends at Four Pines.
Do it. Honestly, you will not regret it. And then let us know, because that's also nice when you reach out and you go, oi, you know what? I turned Japanese, and guess what? I ain't turning back.
You know, no one listens to anyone anymore, or like, you know, you do, but like, it's just loud and noisy, the pace that we live in. But like back then, learning how to do that, it's like so important, because if I die, son or daughter,
Sexist.
listen to what I'm saying, because we need to learn how to do this. It's all story. Yeah,
Dude,
word
like
of mouth.
even so like my neighbor is he's a great fella. His name's Hans, 84 years old, and he's from a time where like they just fucking, not everyone, but like they just learnt everything. He learned how to build, like, you know, it's like you learned to build a house when you were young, but he started to learn about the principles of building shit when he was really young, of like, oh, your bike's broken, learn to fix it yourself.
Yeah.
And it was like he can do anything.
My dad, Keno, was a lot like that, where I was not.
No.
But it was very much build a car.
So
at
Han,
16.
but he is, so for our house, he doesn't own it, but he is responsible for all the maintenance.
Yeah.
He's a former engineer. He's worked in the city, like in the corporate world.
Does he do it for free just because he's
No.
looking after
So
the
as in
place?
the owners of the place pay him to just be the maintenance guy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what problem we have and how emasculated I become having an 84-year-old man do the work for me. But if it's like, it does not matter. And there are times when I'm holding a ladder for an 84-year-old man so he can trim the top of a tree in the backyard. I'm like, Hans, I could do this. And he's like, I'm going to do it. Then we had like some rising damp in the nursery. He's in there fucking peeling back wallpaper and ripping bricks out of the wall. Like, it doesn't matter what there is. You'll come home and he's like fixed it. And then you think about, and Steph's late father used to be able to build houses and do all this shit, but he was a mechanic as well. And then in our day and age, it's not passed on. So it just dies with these people. And like all of this knowledge of how to do things just goes. And then we are just left as these like significantly less capable individuals for like when shit hits the fan, you can't do a thing. We didn't even talk about building shelters before.
But it's just it's you and me and Eddie, right? And probably everyone in this room.
I'd say most people.
But your Gus Reynolds of the world, there are a lot of them that, that would tie themselves into it. So, and that takes a lifetime of fishing or know-how. But they're such good blokes that they'd probably tell you, no, mate, it's fucking easy. This is you know how to tie the knot. You do this, do that, da. So it's not like it's doom and gloom. It's like, just get a bit of gussy about you. Get out camping.
Yeah,
get
we
fucking
won't do
tying.
that.
Yeah,
We definitely
But
won't.
he's
Well,
got
we
like
just-
decades of fucking practice.
I would like to.
People have an inclination and an interest, and they'll do it on their like. My free time is not spent that way.
Yeah, but if you start to get legitimately concerned about doom and gloom,
Well, then.
you better fucking hot to it, son.
Hot to
because-
it.
Yeah, better hot to
Huck
on that thing. And
She's done. Well, not done, but like in that. I think she's got. I think her podcast might be big now, but like,
she's funny.
no knock on her, but just like, even when like I guess
Talk
like,
to her. It's
She's-
called.
she's
talk
cool.
to her. Great name.
Great name.
Great name.
She's got that southern charm that we're sort of discussing. Like she's just
Yep.
got that fucking, be respectful to your elders. Like she's actually a fucking G. She's
no,
cool.
100%. It's just
He's
funny.
more speaking of the fact of like,
There was a period
flash in the
there.
pan, 15-minute fame.
There's a period there where
No,
it
no.
was fever
Yeah.
pitch, and you
Like
sort of
everyone
go,
knew the fuck she was.
That is the
Same with the Ray
epitome
Gun
of
shit.
15 minutes of fame transgressed.
It's one of the great videos though, really. Like the first time I saw it, I'm like, this is fucking
No, it's pure.
incredible.
It's pure. It
So
hits all the
pure.
right notes.
Yeah.
Are we eating Devon?
Yes. So, partners and dribblers, you will know that
I'm not eating much of it.
the Dubbo Meat and Seafood Centre invented the Dubbo scallop,
The Devon scallop.
the Devon scallop rather. My apologies. They've sent us a lovely letter, and they've also sent us a 6-pack of the good stuff. Dear Hello Sport, you legends. First of all, big thanks for sharing our product on social media and helping us go viral. This past week has been absolute mayhem, and we are struggling to keep up the Devon. We're struggling to keep the Devon up to the customers.
Jesus.
From being two young drunks with no money and crumbing something that should only have tomato sauce on it 4 years ago to now becoming viral is absolutely mind-blowing. So they've been doing this for 4 years.
They've been doing the scallop for 4 years.
That's what it sounds like. We've sent some hats down as a gift. We love our hats. They're basically slicing 10 kilos of Devon a day. Enjoy the Devon, you legends, and thanks for helping us get some recognition for an Aussie classic.
Now, they've sent us a bunch of Devon. There's a couple of things. Tobler, I'd like for you to please just give me some insight into what the meat content of Devon is.
No. You don't do that. Devon is Devon. Devon is what it is.
Don't ask any questions.
You don't look at gift horse in the mouth. Devon is Devon.
Okay.
And that's it.
We'll do it after the show because I will be interested to know. So the Devon scallop, Hamish. Are you aware of Devon? It's like ham, but it's like it's a weird,
Yeah.
Have you ever had a Devon and sauce sandwich?
Brother, I loved Devon. I wasn't a fancy pants when it came to school lunches. Yeah, maybe as fancy as it got, an LCM thrown in there. But yeah, I fucking loved the cheese. You know, the little peel cheese that you get.
Oh, string cheese.
Throw Devon in the same little swing as
those
that.
little man.
We got the stringers at home at the moment with the girls.
Do you?
Oh, fuck
You been stringing them?
Oh, yeah, bro.
You've been stringing
No,
them.
I don't eat them. They're fucking
don't eat
right. They
No
taste
str-
like shit, to be
no
honest.
strings
But are
attached.
they still stringing properly?
Yeah, they're stringing. And the baby bells. Did you ever get the baby?
yeah,
Or is
of
that
course.
too bougie?
Oh, Ella had baby bells.
Yeah, I had baby. Did you not have baby bells? The ones with the wax covering and that.
We had the slices.
Well, the singles, craft singles, wrapped in plastic, each piece individually. Yep. Okay. The baby bells were
Didn't know baby bells, no.
stuff.
The Devon is about as real as those pizza pockets made out of gummies.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's as close. Yeah, that's how close to pizza.
That's
they are.
it's the same.
They but so these Devon scallops are thick, crumbed,
Give it a go.
and we're gonna cook them in the fucking sandwich press. What are you doing there, Sebo? You drunk again, mate? Oh, do you want to come in and defend yourself for a second? I feel like or just at least share your thoughts. You all right? I mean, you feel upset. You look upset.
He looks cut.
He looks fucking pissed off.
Are
Well,
you
you maybe
cut?
come to Eddie so he can get the camera on you.
Are you upset?
No,
You sure?
no. I just know they're going to have all these dribblers at next Hakamaji. Oh, it's Uber! I'm like, oh.
What do you mean? That's
No, I have fun at Hacker Majors. I organise my goddamn ass off for months in prep. Then the boys do an epic job in the morning. I'm bloody delegating. And then if it's going smoothly, it's like, as I said, it's like a European holiday for me. With Dad of twins, a Hacker Major, even though it's work, that's like 3 months of partying I need to get in that night.
you need to
know what I
work,
mean?
yeah.
So I need to get it done. As much as I might have, I was going through the footage and I was like, editing something for Fireball, and I was like, I'm popping up a lot here in these videos of having these Fireballs.
Yeah,
but
the
I
couple.
run a fucking ship no matter what state I'm in. You know what I mean? The day went swimmingly. However I am doesn't matter.
no. Listen, you ran a great day. You ran a great day. It was fantastic. We were just fucking.
Well done, Sebo.
Well done, Sebo. Clap him out, everyone.
See you, brother.
Clap him out. See you, mate.
See you, bro.
See you, bro.
It was a great day.
Yeah.
And it's the Bucks. The Bucks starts with that, man. That fella
Oh, that's
is
right.
fucking.
Speaking of Bucks,
Have we got any
next
like
weekend.
spray?
We're gonna
put a
Bucks
bit of oil or
party.
something?
We're going to school. You just going Saturday?
Huh?
You just going up Saturday, eh?
Yeah, me and Archie are like.
I'm coming up Saturday as well.
yeah.
I haven't got I haven't booked a ticket
I
yet.
think it's absurd doing it 2-night.
I just can't deal with it. I can't. He's doing two.
No, just with
Yeah, that's
just
what I
with
mean.
kids and shit.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
It's like
The problem is, realistically, if you were going to say 2-night is absurd, you'd be better off going Friday, staying there Saturday and recovering, and then going back Sunday.
yeah, but I want to get into the melting pot.
So do
and
I.
get on
I want to
Saturday.
melt. I want
So
to
me and
melt.
Archie flying in. Boom.
What time are you leaving?
Thank Christ, there was a room left with he and I.
I'm crashing in his room. I haven't even got a room.
Yeah, but we're. Oh, you crash. Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Oh,
with
so
his
are we
old mate.
actually. We're sharing a bed.
He's with his
We've
old mate.
shared a couple of We've shared a room
We've
or
done
two
it
in
many
the past.
times.
Anyway,
Hey, I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be.
it's going to be
fun
mad.
to have another
But
bit of a
so,
rip.
so what is it? This is coming out Sunday night. So this weekend, punters and dribblers, we've got Jarch's Bucks. Again, I listen. Shout out to Toby Locke for booking everything.
Great man. Great
Gold
Walker
Coast,
man.
One of the-
Schoolies Bucks.
One of the great men, Toby Locke, and I won't hear a bad word said about
No,
it.
you won't.
However, he did book a Bucks in at Schoolies time, and Jarch secretly loves that
Yeah.
because he's got a real stranglehold on the 18, 19-year-old market.
Yeah. The
And
Schoolies market.
The Schoolies market is his bread and butter, and I just feel like we're going to be. He's going to get harassed the whole time.
Yep.
And I know the boys have tried to make it a VIP treatment. We've got like, special areas and shit. I'm like, this motherfucker he's not going to be able to leave the fucking apartment.
Well, listen, that's his problem.
Not ours.
No. We're just going to go and fucking live our best life.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
because even if it gets etched, that's more for him. I don't care.
That's what I mean. It's
we
actually
can
not-
we can retire to wherever.
Well,
we're
we
going.
can retire to our quarters.
Yeah. That's what we need to have, just good, honest kick-on stations. I'm going to book my flight a little later in the day, but...
Do you want to hop on my
Oh,
flight?
we have.
When's
yeah,
yours?
We're late.
Because I don't want to have to leave first thing in the morning because I'm going to be fucking hung, but then I won't have anywhere to go because we've got a late checkout. I've said this, hotels should have checkout rooms where you go, if you got an early checkout and you've had a huge night, we've got rooms of just beds where you can just go and lay there all day.
Yeah, you can be.
Like, honestly, that should
checkout
be,
pond.
or a pool day.
10.50.
Fuck no. No way. Not a chance. 10.50, Ed, you're going to be fucked.
I'll be right.
Yeah, it's.
But you need time.
I need time, dude.
See, I don't
time.
need it.
No, dude,
You
I'll
need
be
it.
fucked without time. So I'll need to book somewhere I can go and just sit, even if I'm just sitting by a pool all day and flying back in the Arvo.
Yeah.
Because that'll be too fucked up.
Will you do that, my brother?
It'll be a bootin' scootin' baby.
When are you
Good
flying
old
back?
time.
Do you know what time?
Later on Sunday.
Yeah.
like pushed it, which is good. So
Jarch,
I'll
instead
hang
of
at the
flying back at
airport.
like 9 in the morning.
Why?
Because he's a fucking weirdo.
But I don't understand why, though. Like, what's the reason?
I'm pretty sure he's at like 9:30,
I'm going to
legitimately.
call him and ask him. I'm going to call him right now and ask why.
Odd decisions.
I just
But-
want to know.
Excellent, man. Can't wait to
If he
celebrate
answers.
him.
So I can smell something, punters and dribblers. That's Devon cooking. That smells fucking good.
It
Does it?
That's got me
Yes,
aroused.
can't.
It's got me
That
aroused.
smells amazing.
We're not getting an answer.
Don't
from
cook the
Jarch
bread,
yet.
Will.
No message can be left on this server.
No answer from Jack Edward Archdale.
Yep.
Jarch also has deactivated his voicemail, everyone, just so you know.
Why?
Why do you reckon? He doesn't want to be able to. He doesn't want to give people a reason, like an option. So if they leave a voicemail, he's got to ignore a voicemail.
Great point.
Now, in fairness, he could be lifting tin,
He could be shifting tin.
shifting tin. He could be doing Legos.
He could be doing like Harry Potter or something.
Yeah,
Could be having a wank.
could be.
I hope he is. You know, just for his own Willie's sake.
You reckon?
Yeah. You go.
Well, I'm very excited for this weekend. I'm going for 2 nights. I thought, fuck it.
You can.
And I am.
And I actually, when I heard you were going for one, I was like, that makes.
But I
way more
completely
sense.
understand
Oh, you're
why
going
you're
to?
only going. I'm going for 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of going for 2 would be good, but the toll it takes. I was such a sad little sack of shit on Monday.
You were like pathetic.
Well, no, I wasn't pathetic.
No, you weren't
No,
pathetic.
Eddie, because you can't spin that yarn because you on Saturday got to lay in bed all day and eat KFC and be a fucking
You were
cunt.
pa- you were
You
pathetic.
don't understand.
You were pathetic
You don't
on Monday.
understand.
He was. He was
You're going to be
pathetic.
so fucked
You
when
were
your
pathet-
child comes along.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna, Here we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
All right, bit of Dev.
Oh,
now,
that's why we were talking about Devon Brugman, and now it makes sense. Shout
so
out to
what
Devon.
we've got here, courtesy of the Dubbo Meat and Seafood Centre, is there basically the next innovation in Devon technology. We got
Squirt that
the
sauce.
Devon scallop. Will's been a beautiful man. He's got some butter on there that's melted nicely. Tommy sauce will go on the top, and then we just fucking rip the fuck in, boys.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, look at that, boosh.
Do you do the double McChicken, double McDev? And just
No, we're
throw
not
them
gonna-
both
Because
on?
you know there's going to be a couple. Cut them in half, Ed.
Oh, here we go. Dos
Look at that,
Sambos.
beautiful Wonder White, or is this tip top?
No, we got Wonder White for the boys.
Got Wonder White.
Oh, thank you, sir. Throw these around.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Get a bit of Dev up, yeah.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Give
I'll
us a
finish
cross
this.
section up to the camera.
Oh, look at that cross section.
I haven't had lunch.
There you go, beautiful.
It looks
Oh yeah.
Already love it. Already love it.
processed.
Oh, that's good, Devon. That's fucking bringing it back. Love me, Devon.
Have you ever had hot Devon before? Like,
Nah.
what's that sensation?
It's different.
It's fucking good. I'll tell you what, the butter and the bread help and tomato sauce.
The
but
tomato
it all
sauce
comes
helps.
home with the Devon.
Tomato sauce is lifted
And the
big.
crumb.
Generally speaking, punters and dribblers, you won't eat Devon that thick. Like if you go to the deli getting Devon, it's fucking shaved. It's like it's a lot thinner. This is thicker Devon, and I was a bit apprehensive at first. I thought to myself, shithead, you haven't had Devon that thick before. But I'll give you that tip.
Listen.
It's good, yeah.
It tastes processed. It tastes processed, but it is nice.
Yeah, but you're a carb kid.
I am. I was reared on organic.
Kids with doorbells don't have Devon.
No, you don't. This is not doorbell.
He had
cuisine.
he had a freezer in his car, you know.
Intercom.
I can't help it. Listen,
He had a wet nurse, so you get it.
I'm a product of my environment. I'm a doorbell guy.
This is beautiful. Have you had one?
No, we're just about to make one of these.
Oh. Straight, you want to have this last
Yeah,
bit?
I'd love some.
Give me a little slice as well. It's not fucking.
Well, I'm not getting a guy that likes Devon.
It tastes great.
It's processed.
Tastes great.
Cut it in 3. Oh, we're already seeing what it'd be like at the end of the world, like us just squabbling over a fucking. Give me the Devon.
Somewhere.
Well, oh yeah.
It is. Listen, it tastes great. It just doesn't taste like a thing.
I know what's flying off the shelves. I get it now.
But you know what I mean, though. If you were to bite into Devon, and maybe this is because I don't have a great sense of taste, because I don't have a great sense of smell, but I can't, like, if I eat chicken, I can tell. If I eat, I can't. There's something about the Devon, I'm like, I don't know what I'm trying.
But brother, it's like a chicken nugget in the same way a chicken
Great
nugget
point.
is delicious.
You don't ask
exactly
questions.
like that.
That's
You
actually
don't
a
ask
great
questions. You just go, Devon's Devon, baby. Devon's good.
point. Yeah. Devon heaven.
Oh yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what was nice, because honestly, I enjoyed that, and I could have had more.
Yeah.
But we are going to dinner after this, so I'm
Save some room. Where are we going for dinner?
I don't know, maybe it's the fish shop.
That was fucking.
Or the corner house.
Keep it local. Yeah.
Couple of cocktails.
Pizza, cocktail. Yeah.
That was fucking delicious.
But the crunch, I liked the crunch, the schnitzeling of the scallop.
As opposed to just you tried and tested Devon and sauce sandwich.
Just your squishy raw meat.
You want to come for dinner,
You want to come to
Eduardo?
dinner?
Oh, thanks to be. It's nice to be invited.
I just realised it's like we just like
Oh, it's all
threw a
Well,
ball
listen,
to
we
each
got
other.
children, you know, so in each
Well,
sort
I've
of.
got one coming.
Do you want to come to dinner?
Can't.
There you go. See, that's why you don't. He's always going to dinner.
No, I'm going to dinner tonight. Going to Bathers in Mossman. Going to see the in-laws.
Lovely.
Going to see the in-laws.
Eddie's constantly going to dinner or he's antiquing. That's all he does.
Yeah. Or sleeping.
Well, give my love to
Well.
them because they are beautiful people.
You won that bet against Tim.
In
I
pretty
did.
comfortably.
Shout out to Tim Dumbrell, one of the greats all time.
Another bottle of rosé, please.
Tim's
Felix?
Tim was of the firm belief that Kamala was going to win. I just tried to read the room and thought that Trump would win. The loser had to shout the family. The family is Ella's sisters, Nicola, her mother, Tim, and myself to a Chinese slap up.
Right.
And the winner gets to select where.
I love that kind of family stuff.
So just like you know, a good bit of just old fashioned fun.
Didn't Tim land just the perfect son-in-law that he never had?
Well,
in
he
that
had
room
to
full of
live. He
women?
had to live. What? How old was Ella? 19 when you guys started dating.
18.
So he had to live 18 years without a son. And then Eddie comes in. Now, obviously, Eddie probably took a while to properly warm up to the task. I'm pretty sure that Tim had to fucking give him some home truths early as well. Because an 18, 19-year-old Eddie Simpson, high on his own supply. His eyes work for the first time in a long time. He's wearing his Chicago Bulls
Well,
jacket.
Eddie just didn't have his
Still got
blinkers on.
He's
You
wearing
know,
his
Eddie's-
Chicago
still
Bulls
got it.
jacket. He's wearing
Still
flat
got it.
caps.
Yeah, but he's always been a
Smoking pot.
respect your elders kind of a guy. He just might not have his blinkers on.
I did
every
smoke
now and
pot
again.
back then.
He did smoke pot, but then Tim realizes because also Tim would have been what 50 odd when at that point. So he's got
not
a
that
fucking.
old.
It's hard to truly bond with an 18-year-old when you're 50, but then once Eddie starts to grow into a man, he starts to become a man about town. Then you've got something on your hands as a father.
You know when you know how you're becoming a man when you realize how less of a man you are to your predecessor, whether it's your own dad or your
Wait,
the
you're a
person
man
that
when you
respect.
realize you're not a man?
So
Well, when you
are
got to
saying
give
you're a-
respect to get respect, sort of thing. Whereas when you're 20, you're all about respecting yourself. I'm. This isn't about you. It's about anyone. But it's just like when you're young, you're like, "Oh, I'm going to be my own man."
Oh,
and then when
yeah,
you
yeah,
hit
yeah,
30,
yeah.
you're like, "These old fellas who I wasn't listening to
They're
No,
tapped
have
they're
been
in.
talking
through
about-
everything."
Yeah, they're tapped
and they're
in.
also. I can't believe they were so patient with me.
Yes.
Now I understand why it's being
That's a great
strong,
point.
silent.
the old
type
boys are
is
tapped
the real
in,
man.
That's
and
actually
they're
a great
patient as
point.
fuck.
Patience, Barrett.
I even
It's
think you
patience,
notice it when
patience.
you're our age and not to any level where you are deserving of the respect I think where you're referring to, but like you look at a 20-year-old, 24-year-old, 25-year-old.
What the fuck you looking at, man?
No, but just like when you look at that and when you're at that age, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm fucking 25. I've kind of like not got it figured out, but I know what's what to some degree.
Yeah, you're on the highest
and
mountain.
you just,
Yeah.
not to say that everyone who's listening doesn't, but there is something where I look back on those times and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. Like I didn't
No shit.
know shit about fuck.
Which is
Devon's
fine for
repeating
the
on me.
time. Which is
Devon's
fine for the
repeating on
time.
me. Feels like I've had a cigarette.
Oh, you don't like it?
The aftertaste
See,
in my
I
mouth.
told
Oh,
you. That's
yeah.
why I didn't give him any more. I fucking know this guy.
Hey, I'm being honest, mate.
This-
what am I going to do here and pretend to be cool
Tom,
with the
this
boys?
is why we would end.
Devon's repeating on me.
This
all right?
is why
It
we
is.
would end up eating you because he would just say something like that.
Yeah,
that me and him would
say
look at each
something
other.
that would
and say,
annoy
"No,
everyone
what,
and you'd
though?
get
There we
killed
go.
for
Yeah,
it.
good. You can eat me, but
Nah.
you just know this. You'd
Not
eat me,
living
but
with that.
You'd have a chunk out of an arm or a leg. I'd bite
You know what? You know what?
It'd freeze ya.
I'd bite ya.
We'd kill something for the first time in months.
He'd
We'd all be on
munch
the
it.
fucking doorstep of starvation. He'd eat most of it and go, oh,
fucking over it.
it's still repeating on me. It's repeating on
We'll
me.
get another one.
Yeah.
It's like, you
I'm
get
not-
another one.
What are you talking about? You tell me if we caught a nice fucking deer that I'm going to enjoy that less than some processed Devon. No disrespect. Scallop Devon was nice. It tasted nice to eat. Afterwards, my mouth feels like fucking ciggies.
What I'm saying is, if we were in the wild and we caught a Devon,
Can
you'd
you
whinge about
promise
it.
me there's not cigarettes in that? Can
No.
you promise me? You
No.
can't.
No. Washed
You can't
up
look me in the
cigarettes.
eye and tell me there aren't cigs in that.
No, I told for a reason. I said not to look up what's in it.
Yeah, dude.
For a
that
reason.
That thing's like 33% Long Beach 40s. Like, there's no way that's
It's
not
probably an
Holiday.
old goat jaw
yeah.
scraped off the floor of an
Mate,
avatar.
that thing's fucked up.
But you put up with it and you don't whinge about it.
No,
You're
you
a
don't
whinger.
whinge about it
you're
because
right.
you don't
Fucking whinger.
fucking,
No, you're a
because you know
fucking
your old
whinger.
man's been hard at work and your old Sheila, they're working hard to put food on the table. You don't whinge.
No.
You just get a bit of Devon up you.
God, he would love to be one of those rooter bees, but he's probably going to be a worker bee. This is why.
And he'd be whinging the whole time. Fuck, we're underfed. Fuck, can't even get a nut off.
Why am I not rooting the Queen? It's like because you're a fucking worker bee now.
The Dubbo Meat and Seafood Centre have sent up a beautiful slab,
Great
a
segue.
beautiful slab of Devon scallops, and all he does is fucking whinge about
I
it.
liked it.
No, you didn't.
I did like it. But
repeating
Until
on
you
me,
shat
mate.
on it.
my mouth tastes like
Me and Hamish
cigarettes.
loved it. We loved it, didn't we?
Can't say I know what he's talking about.
Did
with
we
the
love
ciggies.
it?
I love it, and there's no recoil.
I wanted more. You didn't give me any.
no
You
recoil.
weren't. You weren't worthy of it. Clearly.
Well, that's bullshit. Are there any more ice cubes?
What do you
in that
reckon,
tray?
Will? Yeah. So
Yeah,
Will
we
gets
just,
it.
man, Willie just had some. I thought it was fucking delicious.
Yeah, good man, Tobler.
No, it is. It's nice.
They're a
Did you have
chicken.
some, Felix?
Yeah, Willie B has been working
props
the
to
Devon
Willie.
Samba. But also, Willie B, same household as me,
Made with
doorbell
love.
kid.
But he's got a bit more common man about him than you do.
What are you talking about, dude? He's a doorbell
You know
kid
what
as
I
well.
mean?
Tom, he is.
He's a way more common man than you are.
No,
way
you
more
guys are
common.
just taking your opportunity to
no,
pile
I'm not.
on.
You're fucking man.
to
The
pile
high
on
class.
a young
Tom,
Australian.
I hate taking shots at you. I hate it. I hate it. This is painful for me. But
You're a doorbell
Willie-
kid. Shut up.
Willie
You're
B.
a doorbell kid. Are you talking about? You have a roundabout in your fucking house. Shut up.
And a Pee Wee 50.
Yeah.
And
No.
an indoor pool. I mean.
And an indoor pool.
Yeah, well, we
Shut
got
up.
rid of it.
Yeah, for an outdoor patio and
we
a
were
fireplace.
ashamed. We were ashamed of the indoor pool in Barrel,
You're
which
a
is not a
doorbell
place
kid,
where
dude.
you would.
Shut up.
Hey, the place was 600,000. Not that expensive. Now, well, might be a little bit more than that. Barrel. What a place.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hell of a
real
place.
estate.
All he's saying.
Circling
all we're
back.
saying is that Will's got a bit more common man about him than you.
Yeah, but I think he presents that way. But he's also like he's got doorbell fucking. You're becoming a doorbell.
I
kid,
don't
bruh.
see doorbell in
You're
the-
gonna.
I'm a
you're-
doorbell man.
Your kid's gonna be a doorbell
Yeah,
kid.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. So it's fucking respect the doorbell kids, dude.
I don't, mate, I'm not disrespecting. I'm saying
Respect
you've
them.
got doorbell kid about you and you're getting upset about
no,
it.
I am a doorbell kid.
But
I'm
you're
saying
getting
that.
upset about it.
No,
But
I'm not.
yes,
I'm
you
owning
are.
the doorbell kid.
You're getting upset about it
I'm
and you're
saying-
openly saying you don't
what-
like Devon.
No, what I'm saying is if you're a doorbell kid, I'll tell you this, your doorbell child isn't going to be like fucking hook me up with Devon. I'm assuming you're not going to. I tell you who's not going to be feeding their kid Devon? Ella Dumbrell. She ain't feeding her
Yeah,
kid
but
Devon.
when she's away, Dad plays Devon time.
Oh, and I've got that this weekend. I fucking
It'll be Devon
love,
and Yogo mixes. Fucking know that.
That's
Easy.
That is such a special, fun thing that when you
Dad always did the fun stuff. When we were
Yeah.
at the Donut King, we wouldn't just
no,
get
that's fun
cinnamons.
stuff.
We
It
wouldn't
was-
just get cinnamon
Yeah.
donuts. We'd get the little man
Okay,
covered in icing.
but I'm just-
that was
listen,
Dad
that is a
dog.
My
dad's
under-
right.
Yeah,
We'd
for
get
sure.
extra. We'd get Hubba Bubba. We'd get Coke.
Yeah,
We'd get all
yeah.
the good
don't
shit.
conflate that with
No.
doorbell.
No.
That
it's
is
not.
a
No,
that
it's
is a
not.
barrel boy
my,
thing.
My thought would be that Devon in the Simpson household was not Dad having fun. It was more.
Well, Dad
that
can't
was
cook.
lunch.
No, but Dad can't cook. Dad used to brag about cooking
But I
rice
thought
in the
Devon
rice
was just
cooker.
what you ate. Devon wasn't a treat in the Simpson
Dad,
household.
you've had Devon with my old man. He loved every
course I have.
single bit
It
of it.
was a bonding period
so that's
between me and Chilton.
That's a
What I
treat to him. That's a treat to
now
him.
it is.
You know the problem, Eddie, is there's also no pleasing him because it's up to a point. It's like the Devon was
loved
great,
it.
and then right at the back of it, tastes like cigarettes in my mouth. Right?
Yeah, I know, which
we
is
didn't
so
need that.
mean.
We didn't need that.
No, and it also doesn't
And
because
it
you
doesn't.
can't taste.
So Tom, we're eating you first. That's just you've
No, that's
marked
fair.
yourself.
That's it.
You'd be
I'm happy-
beautifully marbled.
Honestly, but that's a compliment because I would be tasty as
You'd be
fuck.
tasty, yeah.
That's a
And then
compliment.
Already be
imagine
fatty,
the
I don't know.
irony when we say
That'd be
you
marbled.
taste like
That'd be marbled.
cigarettes.
Like when you're eating chicken, right? When you're eating the bread, that's muscle.
Yeah, but no, it's not. But
Is it not?
No, it's
I'm-
not muscle. I don't believe so.
How do you know?
Well, I don't. I don't think so. I think.
So if
well,
you're
what
eating a
is it?
steak and you cut the fat off, then
Is
the
that
rest
muscle?
is what?
No, that would be muscle, wouldn't it?
Yes, it's muscle.
No, muscle
Yeah,
is
it's
a
a white
mollusk.
muscle.
It's a muscle.
So
but I
there-
think
so
what you
I'm
want,
wrong.
no, but the
But
marbling.
you're fat.
Yeah, but that's what you want. That's marbling. That's marbling.
Oh,
So
but
when
it's
you
got
see
to
like
marble
a,
through the muscle, though.
but so
No,
what I've
all
got
meat
here is a
is
perfect
technically
mix
muscle.
of muscle, which obviously I demonstrate on a daily basis. But then I've got enough fat on me to keep it marbled. Whereas you guys, sinewy. Sinewy. It'd be tough. It'd be gamey meat. That's a real muscle. Like
Mutton.
yeah,
like a
gamey,
roux.
dude.
Like a roux is a special specimen. You look at them and you go, "Fuck, they look fit."
Do you ever eat
Not
roux?
Tom.
No.
Do you ever nip? Do you
I'm
ever
not
get like
bound. I'm
roux
not jumping
burgers?
over a fence.
You're more of a wombat. You know,
I'm a
like
cow. You sit me in a paddock, you get me fucking fat and tasty, and then you eat me.
Well, I feel like cows wouldn't complain. They're more like complicit. They're just kind of like
Cows
but
are just happy to be there.
Yeah, no, I'm
You know
not.
what I mean? Where he's just
cow.
like,
You are far from a cow.
He's a
Cow's
cow
like,
that
take
pretends
my
like he's
milk.
not-
You're like, you'd whinge about that. You go, stop
No,
touching
you know
my
what,
teats.
dude? You know what I'd do? I'd unionize the cows and I'd fucking work for better conditions.
Yeah, you would.
you know what
You're
he is?
just treating cows like
He's
shit.
a cow that pretends like he's just not going to gorge on the grass all day. Like, I don't eat grass anymore, and then he'll last a day and then goes back to
and then I've OD'd on grass.
These grounds taste like thistles.
Crystal grass.
This is really fucking. You guys are mean.
Which is truthful and it's funny.
I'm
'Cause
sorry that the Devon tasted like darts. I'm not saying I
It
don't
didn't.
like it.
Dubbo made
It was a weird
seafood said
comment.
that. It didn't taste like dart.
That comment has facilitated the last 20 minutes.
Fine,
of
but
this
because
podcast.
I'm honest. Because I'm honest.
You're not being honest though, because we all ate the same thing. You're
So
the
you
only
know
one
what? But
saying
the
it.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I experienced the aftertaste. It tasted lovely. The crumb was great. The sauce was great. That white bread was great. The aftertaste, and maybe it wasn't just the Devon. Maybe it was the confluence of tastes in
So
my
you
mouth.
just said the crumb was great, the butter was great, the white bread was great, but
It's
nothing to
tomato
do with Devon.
No, I'm saying mixed
No
all
Devon
together. The aftertaste gave me cigarettes.
Devon
It
in
was
the
giving.
dine of the.
It was giving
of the eater.
cigs.
Yeah. But you would taste like cigs when we eat you.
Sure, but because you smoke me over a nice fire, though, dude. Of course, I'm going to taste like cigs.
Yeah, but
plus
ciggy
I
butts
smoke
as
them
well.
every
Like,
once in
you
a
get
while.
you get the old orange bit in your teeth. Like, oh, there's a ciggy butt there. This can't.
That cunt.
That can't.
Yeah,
Ungrateful.
It still tastes nice, but like the occasional little like.
Yeah.
You guys have been fucking rude now, mate. You guys have been fucking rude.
Anyway, get down to Dubbo Meat and Seafood so to get yourself
Yeah,
a
no,
fucking
shout out
slap.
to them. And the hats, you know what? The hats are fucking mad.
I love my hat.
We got
I
some
actually forgot
truckers.
mine at
Dubbo
home.
Meat and Seafood Centre truckers. I'm a big fan. So they've been doing that for 4 years before they got any notoriety.
Yeah, so from being two young drunks with no money and crumbing something that should only have tomato sauce on it 4 years ago. So they've been doing it for 4 years.
Good on him, man.
I wonder
Shark
what
Tank
happens there.
tick.
So, like, people have been enjoying it, but no one's...
No, but someone put it in punters and dribblers.
Yeah, and then it gets across our desk and then it's sent to great heights.
Yep, pretty much. Thus the free hats and the free Devon.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the beautiful laminated message that
Oh,
we need to
beautiful.
keep, by the way, boys.
No,
Want
we
this on
probably
the
need to
set somewhere.
frame that. Probably need to frame that somewhere. I mean, listen, I feel like we've sort of probably fucking done our dash here, and I don't mean that. I could sit here all afternoon, and I could pound rosé, and I could fucking talk shit.
I got to piss, but I feel like a rude guest. As a guest,
Go
ever
we,
piss?
go we, and then we'll come back and say goodbye.
All right. Just bend that arm.
You can always wee here, Hamish.
Always. You can always wee
No,
here,
he can always
sir.
wee. He's a bit of fun, that Hamish Street, isn't he?
You know what? He's not a bad bloke.
He's not a bad guy. He's a bit of fun.
He's a bit of fun, that Hamish Strut.
He's one of the ones who is like, you know.
What's in his chair?
What is that? Bits of like, I told you, he's washed his pants with paper in the
And a
back.
receipt in his paper.
Yeah, there's a receipt and it's fucking flopped out.
How about that heat we dropped yesterday
Oh,
on our Neds profiles?
Goodness gracious. Listen, if you aren't following along on our Neds profiles and you missed the hot Melbourne Cup heat, but don't worry, I've got some good news for you. The heat keeps coming. And by heat, I'm going to be a little bit honest and say that there's usually no heat. But if you like to have a punt, you do it with Neds because they're the best in the biz. They support your boys and you support them, you support us, we all support each other. But you can follow along on our profiles. You can join our private About Even group in there. Biggest group they've got, they say. And you have a good time.
That's it. Pretty simple.
Yep.
Shout out to Neds.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
I tell you what I don't understand why people get receipts.
These days,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Go, can I have a receipt, please, sir? Like, are you seriously, honestly, at tax time, do you go, I've got, let's say you get 2 copies a day, I've got 720 or 730 receipts here.
No, I don't know.
Just for coffee alone. The tax man's not going through that.
No one's going through it. No one is going through it. There's no point. When I first got to the stage in life where I was even eligible for receipts, bank accounts, paying for stuff myself, blah, 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 I used to keep them because I just kind of thought that's what you did. Because Dad would keep receipts.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Dad would keep receipts, so I'd keep receipts. And my wallet would swell.
But no one's explained to me why they kept them.
I've never used one, bro.
What are they for?
I assume tax time, but you would only keep the ones that you know you need to keep for writing off.
But like, people fucking who work for people for their whole life keep them. I'm like, why?
Because when you're doing your personal tax, you'd find ways to write it off.
You can't write off a coffee. That's just a personal
No, maybe not a
expense.
coffee, but I'm saying when I would see my father.
That's not
keeping
what
certain
people don't keep certain receipts. People keep all of them.
I don't know why you keep any. When someone asks me for a receipt, I'm like, what do you maybe like when I go to Sonoma, right? Across the road. Now, obviously, they have nothing on Grumpy Coffee, but they're a cafe across the road. And the truth of the matter is, before Grumpy Coffee came into my life, I used to go to Sonoma, which now I don't do.
Correct.
But when I did, Edward, and because you and I are the bosses of this fine establishment, the head honchos, as you would, I'll go over there and I'll get coffees for everyone in the office because I'm that sort of a guy. They'll go, do you want a receipt for fucking 5 coffees? And I'm like, if I sent Tobler, I'd tell him to get a receipt maybe, even though I never would.
Why?
No, but I wouldn't. But in a business sense, someone might. Because then they take that receipt to petty cash or some bullshit.
My point is, right, here's my point. If we got a fucking receipt, the 5 times a day the boys used to go over the road to get coffees.
Before we got grumpy.
I'd have 1,000 fucking receipts in a folder just for coffees. The tax man is not looking at that. Why is he fucking looking at that? I'll go through here, bruh.
I think it's only if you get
Why?
audited.
I haven't tried it yet.
Even if you got audited, no one's going through that. No one's doing it. Go there in there if you want them, mate.
Well,
These
Tobler's
days,
got it here.
there's apps as well that you take photos of your receipts and like digitally log them.
Yeah.
And if
I
you
don't
want
wanna
to take
get the,
something back for a
You know
refund,
what- you
usually
know
I
what-
want
you
to
get
get
a
the
receipt.
attention of the ATO.
But you know what's
Edward.
crazy? You know what's crazy? You know what's fucking crazy? This will wig you out. This will fuck you up. When you go and use a card, it actually shows up on your bank transaction. It's fucking wild. It says Sonoma on it, which is crazy, I know. Like, that's pretty weird.
Don't get bitchy, but you are right. It does. So you don't really need the receipt.
No. You know, the Uber on the way here, I was like, do you just want to put it through your card? Because as a business owner myself, I just know that it's just, then it saves you 2 things. Keeping the receipt and tracking it, and also putting in my details and sending me the money back for the Uber.
Well,
So
yeah,
it'd save
sure.
you twice, and that's why I always say, do you want to get it?
Did I get it? We
To
didn't
which
get
there
it,
was
did
no
we?
response an hour
Oh,
later.
did you even
I'm
send
on my
that?
way, yeah.
Oh, no,
and
I
I won't even send
Well,
it
we'll
to
just
you,
no, it's right.
so
We'll
whatever.
fix you up because obviously we've asked.
Sweet
you to come
guys,
in.
they pay for everything, but obviously.
No, listen,
I didn't
I'll get
even.
dinner.
I
I'll
didn't
get
even
dinner.
read that.
No, it was a personal. It was between me and him. I assume.
Oh, you messaged the wrong person.
I know, I should be.
No, well, I said to him, I go, "Well, fucking hit your
Well,
Uber."
the lack of response suggests he didn't know what the fuck.
I didn't even fucking see the message go.
know what was going
I said,
on.
"We'll pay for your Uber."
Wrong guy.
You're a talent guy, Tom.
Oh no, I am. That's
You're a
definitely
talent guy.
No,
Wrong guy.
that's 100%. I am head of creative. That's
Head
all
of
I
content.
do. Head of content.
Is
If
your-
you're asking me about like fucking balance sheets and the like, don't. That ain't me.
Seeing your face yesterday when franking credits was mentioned.
For the 400th time, and I've had it explained to me 500 times, and every time I go, listen, you're going to need to explain it again. And then they do it over like the space of 15 seconds, and I go, sure, let's move on. I have no idea what it means. Let's just move on. Fuck it. I still don't get it. And I don't, honestly.
Oh, we have fun.
If you had a gun to the head of a...
You still don't get it.
If you had a gun to the head of a family member, I couldn't tell you what they do. No idea.
Well, they frank things, don't they?
Right. I'm like, is it like Frankenstein? Like, what's that about?
Putting pieces together.
What's a franking credit, Ed?
Franking credit basically is that you can apply it. So basically, if you get paid a dividend, it's got a franking credit applied to, which means company tax has already been paid at a rate of 25% if you're a small business, which we are. So then if you receive a dividend, you would top it up to whatever tax bracket would be applicable to your own
Oh,
personal
that's
income.
right. So if your tax bracket is 30%, just for the sake, then you're only
You
paying
pay
5%.
5%. Yeah.
I see. And then you tell me again and I remember it and then I fucking keep living my life. Then franking credits pops up again and I'm like, huh? What?
It's crazy how you just like you can't make enough money. Like you're just as expensive as life gets. You just fucking.
You mean like more money, more problems?
100%.
Or is he saying less money, more problems?
No, like as a business, as opposed to income. I'm not talking about income, so I pay myself a small wage out of my business, but like BAS, tax, so like all that sort of shit. You're just like, hang on, I thought the profit was here.
Yeah, and that's just
it's like
no, it's going
a
everywhere.
fifth of what I thought was going on here.
Yeah.
Just lots of hands in the pie. Just lots of fucking gubby hands.
Yeah, well, bash your holding. People often like see it as an expense, but you're supposed to hold it. Now, if you get a bit greedy with it and you spend it and it's not yours,
But that's the thing, you're
Then you
holding
owe
it, but it feels like you're not holding
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It feels like you're
Never.
paying it.
You've been done a couple of times. You go, ooh, we inflated, and I'm
He
like,
would
yeah, but it's
spend
got to
the
go
bass.
out. It's got to go out the other day.
I'll go, excuse me?
He'd go fine dining on BAS.
Well, no, I don't spend it.
Bass
And
funds.
no, he's
But
like,
I certainly
I go, that's
see
not
it,
a
no.
real number. That's a fake number.
Right, but to me, it's real.
Because you also hold everyone's fucking tax.
Yes.
Because people can't be trusted to do their own taxes.
No.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, I know that it's not ours,
But it is there.
but it's there. And I like that.
Oh, dangerous.
No, not to touch. I just like the look of it.
But you know, there's been many a woman
Tempted.
who has been tempted by Satan himself, and that is the bass money, because the government don't fuck around. The AT is the most ruthless cat in the jungle. They don't give a fuck.
That's why I don't need to.
Like after, like during COVID and shit, just like help me out and shit this week. But like now, you
I
pay
don't-
them
yeah.
first.
No, I don't need that in my life.
Because they'll de-sack you happily.
I don't need to be de-sacked. That's the last.
They'll let big corporations run around paying fucking no tax, being cowards. But the punter, they'll rip the cunt. They'll rip the sack off the punter. Shout out to the ATO.
Shout out to them. I'm a huge fan of the ATO and all their work, and I don't want them to think that because we don't keep our coffee receipts and they're listening to this right now that we're
No, we're squeaky clean though. You can have a look. Have a look.
Have a look.
No, if you wanna have a look.
Hey, lift up the hood, see what's under it.
No, it's squeaky clean.
Eddie, you're back into Oztag? Just
Mate,
just
can I
sidestepping
be
golf.
honest with you, Hamish Street? John Whistler, first of his name.
No.
There was I was getting a little alarmed heading into the traditional start of the season, which is probably the first or second week after daylight savings has begun, and it was all quiet on the Western Front. Chris Mushin, who is the spiritual and logistical team captain,
Really? I
has
didn't know that.
moved.
Yeah.
Mr. Organised, he's moved to Seaforth, so I don't know if his heart's in it anymore.
Come to the Kirtleys, dude.
Scotty Rumble's doesn't seem to be playing no more.
Scotty's giving it up.
Come play classic.
I know
touch
Benny
footy.
Porter was keen, but other than that,
Well, Benny
it's-
Porter plays for the Kirtleys too.
I know, so he's
I
getting
used to
his
play
fix.
for the Kirtleys. I was a former great.
Yeah.
I'm a former Origin great. I'm a former Kirtley great.
Just want it on the record. I've scored the opening try in the last 3 seasons.
What night do you play? What night do you play? And you're still doing it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I fucking
Oztag
well. I mean,
or
look,
Did you play last night?
it's
He
not
plays
like
touch.
it's ecstatic.
Touch is better than Oztag.
I'll tell you what's really good about the reason I love touch footy is when you're down there at the park,
You played Oztag?
especially if you've had a big day, you're
What day you like about it?
fucking like. hang on.
Oztag's not real. Sorry, carry on.
So there's a lot going on. It's a busy day for me, and I'm like, there's a lot going on. Payroll, invoicing, you got to recruit. There's all this sort of shit going on. Busy day. And then you get to the park and you're like, I actually don't really want to play. Like, fuck this. And then you start and then you get into a bit of a rhythm of it. And then the competitive streak comes out. And then you start, there's one up and then they score 2 tries and then we come back. And then
Someone
it's like
pushes
suddenly
you a bit hard. You start geeing up.
all of your, unlike golf, you could be whistle while you work or just literally just stuck in your problems while you're playing golf. Love golf. Cricket, you're hungover, you're hanging out in the backfield, but with touch footy, you are on and your problems are gone.
And it's good to get the competitive juices flowing.
Flowing.
Yeah,
Chuck
it's
us
awesome.
the Euros. That's the same as cricket, but not in the most athletic sense. Like cricket.
Cricket's a laugh.
Cricket's competitive though, but like it's not as in your face confrontational in the moment.
There was an email that went out recently about the touch footy, like wooing everyone up on all the, like, referees are hard to get, so let's just fucking woo up on all the chit-chat,
like everyone's
language
fucking getting into 'em.
Yeah, and it's so fun because after every match, you are the biggest loser if you don't shake hands at the end of all of it.
Oh, fuck
you
yeah.
Go, you go, oh,
You see those
I go,
people.
do we need a tissue? And he's like, fuck off, dickhead. And you have a bit of a hug and it's fine. But yeah,
That
you blow
would-
up.
that
You
would
blow
upset
up in
me
the
if-
moment.
If you had Hamish Street in your face after a loss saying, "Do you need a tissue?" whilst trying to be humble, you're like, "Well, this doesn't feel."
No, I'm making him feel like I
A pussy.
understand that,
Like a fucking
that he
loser.
wants. That I'm doing the opposite of sportsmanship,
Yeah.
which in turn allows him to say "fuck off, dickhead" in a way that I know he wants me to say to me.
Okay,
It's like
you're
a-
giving
it's
him you're giving him the safe space to tell you.
I'm
to fuck
absolutely not saying what I'm saying by saying it sarcastically. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, Tom, but if you get, sportsmanship and, you don't have to be like Mr. fucking polish your shoes. Shit. Oh, fuck off, dickhead.
Well, you've tommed him. You've tommed
I
him.
thought I was telling you a thing or two about sport. I mean, this is a sport podcast.
No, it's
you don't
true.
play it. Join the Kirtleys.
Yeah,
Prove me
right.
wrong.
No.
Do you have a couple of
You
beers?
too.
Yeah.
If you're in a drought, come over
Is he
here.
raring everyone? What the
Do you have a
fuck's-
couple of beers after?
No,
For
there's
Japanese
no round.
ladies?
There's fucking me. Oh, yeah, fucking get around me.
Fucking, it's not round. It's fucking meow. Do you have a couple of Japanese lagers after you finish?
Yeah. Just like, a couple of great Northies. Just
No.
fucking
No.
Missed it.
Couple of Japanese lagers, probably.
Oh.
You have a couple of Japanese
Oh,
lagers. when you finish?
sorry, we do. Wink.
Wow, that was
Okay.
Yeah,
Just cut the whole thing.
yeah. So
Um,
a couple of Japanese.
mate, I'm keen to get
Do you have a
back
couple
in.
of Japanese lagers after you play?
Are we talking about your sponsor?
Do you have a couple of Japanese lagers after the game, mate?
I don't know what the lingo is. Is this like playing a Barry Crocker? It's like playing a Barry Crocker? What does it relate to?
Do you have a couple of Japanese lagers after your game of touch footy?
Yeah, we have some beers, yeah.
Nice.
Great.
Wait, is that
Clip
already
that up.
already set?
No, because what you did was I set you up and you go, yeah, and we have a few Great Northerns. And I'm like, not
That's
what I'm
not
looking
what we
for.
have, dude.
Because we're sponsored by 4 Pints Japanese Lager. So
great-
I reckon your sponsors would keep it in. Because
No, we'll
the
keep it
sponsors are probably good blokes, so they go, we understand there's a lot of beer in the land.
No,
We're just
shut
the best.
up. There's no other beer in the land. No, but we keep it in because it was fun.
Well, no one's blind to the fact that there's many beer taps. But it's just like they're a fucking good one and they're worth being on the show.
and you had...
what do you drink?
What do you drink when you have beers?
Email me.
Email me. Yeah, okay.
Email
Well, we'll take
Email me.
Yeah, that's it. Wait, so what we do when he says email me, just put this over his lips. 4 pints Japanese lager. Yes.
Oh, that was funny.
That was good stuff.
But I mean, I think that all went awry from, do you have drinks afterwards? It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, you do. And you're sitting there. I tell you where I get a bit lost though. They're very rugby union boys. And
It's the chat.
it took me a long time to get into rugby league, and I fucking love it. But I am absolutely lost in talking. It's like, you know, Harrington is just kicking the ball like far and left, but then we're versing Scotland. Have got a chance this year, and it's like I don't know what.
And you're like, hey, I just got into rugby league. How am I now stuck here talking about Harrington's?
But that's my problem, right? That's
of
they're
course.
enjoying themselves, and then I'm just like, oh fuck, I love playing footy. But I just don't have a lot of rugby union chat to offer.
No, and I know those boys. They're great fellas, and they are all rugby.
They are.
union.
They're
When
great
Harrington
fellas.
kicking
Great
it
fellas.
far and left is
They are
That's a
rugby union
line.
obsessed. They are, but you know what they are as well is they are so starved of success in a sporting support sense, from a footy sense. They all actually froth rugby league. And then when they talk about rugby union, it's the most depressed you'll hear a sports fan. They talk about it with these fleeting glimpses of optimism, and then we just get absolutely ass fucked.
Well, they don't believe.
Well,
They don't believe.
You know what they say, Tom, is a lot of the time, like, don't fucking jam in. It's not rugby league. And I'm but when you do jam in, you get it right. Everyone's like, fucking good
nice.
on, mate. Like, yes, Streety.
Don't
yes,
jam in, it's not
whoever.
rugby league. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
There are a couple of people out there that genuinely think we can still win, like Sam Carter, who dreams of a
Well,
better
Carter's
tomorrow.
given a 6-year plan. Rugby World Cup hero Sam Carter says, I've set an alarm. We've both set an alarm on our phones for 6 years' time, and he thinks Australian rugby will be back by then. If they would, you know what? Australian rugby could do worse than to hire someone like him, because he's not angling for a job. But in terms of someone who I've spoken to who's genuinely believes in it, genuinely has opinions about what you could do and where it could go, I'm like, sure. I disagree with you, but
he's a passionate man. I'll be putting him on the board tomorrow.
he's passionate. He'll throw you on the bed.
passion.
He'll throw you on the bed and roll you over and eat your ass. He's passionate.
I used to. My old man, this is what epitomises rugby union for me. My old man saying, they just kick it. They just kick the ball away. And it's just a scapegoat for him for not knowing how rugby
No,
union
but
works.
it's
just
kind
like,
of
it's just
true
such an easy-
sometimes.
Yeah, but if you're getting dominated at the ruck, then you have to kick it away.
Yeah, but there,
Well, exactly.
yeah, sure. But there are also times, and this is what I find frustrating, when there'll be just an errant box kick from the halfback.
The game's been boxed, kicked to death.
If you're 40 out, if you're inside, it's not 40 out. If you're 40 out from your own line, you're inside your own half shore.
60 out.
Even if you're inside your 22 and you box kick, I get it to some degree. I also don't think it's the most I'd much prefer if you just flicked it to your fucking 5'8" and they kicked it. But there are just these times when you see him kick and you go, you know what? Why don't you chance your arm and try throw some fucking attack at your opposition as opposed to just kicking? Because when we went to that game in Perth, albeit I'd had no sleep and I don't remember a lot of it,
You were mute.
until I got a couple of champagnes in me.
You were mute.
Got a couple of champagnes in me and I came back.
Absent.
He was mute, the cunt.
But
doorbell.
there was so many times where the Wallabies could have thrown some attack at the fucking Springboks and they just didn't. They just kicked it all night and you're just like, fuck, dude. It's a nightmare. A nightmare to watch that shit. But again,
And
we
we're
don't know
not
what
going
it's all
good.
about. They were all right.
We're playing England
Yeah, how
this
does
weekend.
Suoliti go?
Dude,
Well,
he's going to play. So, Suoliti,
Is he wing or fullback?
inside centre.
Apparently.
Oh, cool.
But
That's
he's
the
going to
rumour.
go, Hamish. His last game of rugby union is going to have been for the King's School First 15.
Amazing.
And then he goes to NRL, and then he's going to come straight to rugby union and straight away be playing for the Wallabies.
But you know what? He does not look like that's absurd when you look at his
it's
face
absolutely-
and
it's
his
not
body
absurd.
and his body of work.
It's not absurd, but
Well,
what is going to be crazy is just that it's
That's
just gonna go-
mental. That's
straight.
mental. Yeah. Little peach
Man-
falling from the tree
and
down
I'm
there at
hoping
Parramatta.
I sincerely hope he gets in there and fucking dominates. That would just be nice to have a bright shining light in rugby union again.
Bright shining star.
Fuck, it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
It would
to
be
see.
nice. Adorned in
Something
gold.
to talk about at Touch Footy on a Wednesday night.
Well, that's something you know.
Your Japanese lagers. Which are they're delicious. I'm an any man. I'll take any beer. But if it's a
You'll
good
take
beer,
any man.
it'll also be a Japanese lager. 4 pints. Clip it up. Clip it up.
That might be where we leave it, punters and dribblers. Thanks
Oh,
for
that was
tuning in.
funny.
Thanks for coming in, hey. Love you.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Let's
Same,
go for dinner.
mate.
All of us. Let's
Bye.
go.
Could you two just not talk anymore?